Hell yeah.
Okay, so far so good. Seems to be pretty smooth. Okay, and be aware that while it says stream starting soon, they still can hear our audio.
Okay.
Just so you guys know. Okay, are we waiting on anyone
Noted.
else, or do we have everyone then?
I know Peach said he was out. I didn't hear anything about Coda.
Okay. I don't know what's going on with my Fantasy Grounds. It's still updating. But while we're waiting for it to update, I suppose we could start and do a little recap. So let's go ahead and do that then. Let me go ahead and switch this over to, well, actually, let's go ahead and play the intro music. So 3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of With Disadvantage. I'm your host and DM, Chev. With me today, I've got Mirama. You want to say hi?
Hello.
And Boris.
Hey.
And Bunsen.
I have dice now.
I hear that. And Rainbow. And Rainbow.
Pretty sure he's
And
still.
Rainbow.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
I'm pretty sure he is still making his cappuccino or whatever.
Alright, well,
Oh, yeah.
whatever. He doesn't need to be here for the recap. So let's go ahead and recap a little bit of what happened last time. We're going to go back in time a little bit here and just kind of recap several episodes. It's been a couple weeks since we've recorded an episode of Echoverse. Let's see. So 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, we did episode 7. And before that, though, we did episode 6 where I think you guys, were you there? Furlough, you fought the Yetis, right?
No.
Okay, so you were not there for that episode. Okay, so the party went up north. All of our heroes went to a place that they found via the ring transports in the secret lab that is underground beneath the mansion near Phandalin. Excuse me. The ring platforms said something about Toral Platform 14, I think it was. And they went there and ended up in some little shack in the middle of the North Pole, basically, in the middle of a huge blizzard. After being unable to figure out the secrets of this little like outpost thing, it had 2 like computer terminals and not much else in there. There's some winter gear and stuff, but other than that, it was pretty empty. So, with not being able to figure out what was going on in there, I think Lulu went back to fetch Fitz. Fitz was still tinkering around on Tanith Station, messing with the big main computer there and trying to fix the integrity field that had started to fail. So Lulu recruited Fitz. Fitz came back with Lulu through the ring platform to the little shack in the North Pole there, and then Fitz guided you guys through the blizzard, where you fought some Yetis along the way, and guided you guys to the base of a giant pylon. So that was the first pylon I think you guys have encountered on Toral, which is your home planet, basically. So we went inside this pylon, marched up to the top, and then destroyed it. Basically disabled it by killing the Nexus crystal in the middle of it. And it deactivated, the weather cleared up, and then we ventured off down back to Tanith, I believe, after killing the pylon, so that we could get a bird's eye view of what had happened to the planet below. Once on Tanith, Fitz realized the integrity field had stopped falling, and he was having a much easier time maintaining Tanith's integrity field. And then we figured out that there was still energy being siphoned off of the planet below, even though you destroyed a pylon. And so we made a Lulu spaceship this time around. If you recall last time, Loop, Shenanigans was the one that became the spaceship. So Fitz jammed some sort of electrode into Lulu's head, which was able to control her through the use of some type of stasis field and form her into a spaceship. And then he was able to manipulate Tanith Station to form an airlock and let us out of the station. And you guys traveled down around the planet, following kind of where the energy was siphoning from. From Tanith Station's perspective, it was coming kind of around the planet across the equator, or crossing the equator kind of perpendicular. And you guys were able to go to the South Pole, where you found another pylon. I think we descended down and used the Lulu spaceship basically to ram into the top of this pylon. I think you were there for that, Furlough.
Nope.
I
I
swear
don't think I was.
I swear I remember some commentary from you as we were doing that, but it's okay. So we crashed into the top of that pylon, disabled it, and then walked. I think the party walked all the way down to the bottom of the pylon before realizing that they should have checked for a ring transport at the top, since there was one on the last pylon, which your character Furlough discovered while you weren't there. And so they went back up to the top.
Hooray! I'm useful.
They did find a ring platform and were able to activate it, and then they transported themselves into a mysterious underground cave. And this cave is basically just damp and dark and pretty much empty upon arrival. One thing to note is they did notice that the ring platform they appeared on at the receiving end was like 4 times as large as the usual ring platform you guys have found. So it was a huge ring platform, and then the ground was covered in tiny little footprints, just like hordes of some little animal. The party went down. There's 2 paths heading south in this cave, down to the south side of the map. One path went off to the east, and one path went off to the west. Most of the party went off to the east, and then Codeman's character Zurok went to the west just to see what he could see, and he encountered some giant rats who he came and alerted the party about. And then the party split. Furlough, Lulu, and Shenanigans kept going east, and Sakapunto, Havabeer, and Zurok. Who else? Was there someone else? And Fitz all went down to encounter the giant rats, and a battle ensued that took most of the episode last time. A huge battle with several giant rats, and then like 3 giant swarms of tiny rats that swarmed all over the party, and took forever to get through. In fact, I don't think they're totally done. I think we went over to Lulu, Shenanigans, and Furlough. Right up toward the end of the episode, and we encountered a spider nest that is up in the ceiling of this tunnel that they were going through. The nest was filled with what these blue and white teleporting spiders. Shenanigans smartly created a tornado. I think were you Shenanigans or were you Raz when you did that? Do you recall?
I think Shenanigans.
Was it Shenanigans? Okay.
So.
And so Shenanigans was able to form a vortex right underneath that and cause havoc and wreck a lot of the webs up in there. And some of the spiders, fell down onto the ground, and then they would just immediately blink out of existence and teleport back up. And so that's where we left off last time. Unfortunately, Fantasy Grounds is still updating because I don't know what I screwed up here to cause it to take forever. But let's see. Let's go ahead and move the stream back to live. All right. Oh crap. Let's see. Are we still dropping frames? Let me do some quick stream troubleshooting because it's complaining about dropping frames. Those look like they were before we started recording. Yeah. Okay, cool. They were from the previous attempts to stream. Okay. So Fantasy Grounds being still down. Let's go ahead and let's go back to you, Furlough. You are taking up the rear, basically behind Lulu and Shenanigans, and I'll show you a map when I can. But for now, if you can just picture, ahead of you is Lulu and Shenanigans, and they're both kind of trying to deal with this problem of these phase spiders. So you're going down a tunnel that's very long, and there's like a light at the end of the tunnel. And oh, perfect. Fantasy Grounds just finished. Let's go ahead and get this up. Then you can actually see the map. By the way, Rainbow, we missed you during the introductions, so if you would like to introduce yourself, you are welcome to while this loads.
I am playing Shenanigans, sometimes Shenanigans, sometimes Razzle gets confusing.
Okay, the game is up. You guys are welcome to connect now.
It's trying.
Oh, my game like freaked out for a second there. Alright, and I had is it the random battle map? There we are.
Hey, just as a heads up,
Uh-huh.
on D&D at Beyond, my sheet's at 10, but on Fantasy Grounds, my sheet's still at 9.
Oh, okay. Let's fix
So
that
yeah,
real
it's been a while
fast.
since I've been here.
Yeah, we're kind of showing the seams on our episode here today. That's okay. Let's see. 9, 20, 14, 14, 12, 12. 9. Oh. So you took stat increase, I see.
Yep.
Okay. And then you took health increase. 30, 16. Initiative is 5. Proficiency 4. Did you only take one stat increase?
The 2 points to Dex.
Oh, right, because you got 2 points. That's right.
Go to the max on that.
Okay, I think that's it. I think you're good now. You may just be missing spells or something on your action sheet, which you can actually drag those from the spells menu. If you find something that's missing, just tell me and I'll drag it over.
Roger.
Ooh, has inspiration.
Okay. Oh, I think we moved everyone to fight the... Oh, those were the phase spiders. That's right. Okay. Put you guys back over here. Then I'll share the sheet.
Oh, by the way, I think I used my inspiration.
Did you? Okay. You have to mark it off your sheet.
I did, but it's still in the Fantasy Grounds.
You have to mark it off your fantasy ground sheet. I didn't mark it there.
Oh, I don't know how to do that.
If you open up your sheet, maybe I can. Yeah, there's a little box that says inspiration at the top. You just uncheck it.
Oh, I see.
Okay. The turn tracker. Where were we in the turn tracker? Let's see. I think we ended right as it was about to switch over. Okay. Yes, so, shenanigans. It was your turn. Do you recall if you went last time or if we left off on your turn?
I think I casted all these giant toads and that was it.
Okay, that's right. That's right. You got these big ass toads. Okay, so. Oops. I have a setting where it keeps skipping these invisible ones. Alright, so I think I can reveal these now. These are phase spiders. There we go. And so this giant phase spider comes down out of the ceiling. So you guys just saw the one that had fallen, and you were starting to attack it. And then a second one immediately comes down out of the ceiling super fast and teleports in front of you guys. Furlough, you're behind Lulu and Shenanigans there. And this spider immediately tries to bite you, Lulu. Runs up to you and does...
Oof.
Oops. Did that not? Why did that not work? There we go. And he hits you, and he does 1d10 plus 2 piercing damage. Alright, so so you take half of that, whatever.
Is that 1 or 2?
Actually, I think, did it count for your resistance? I think it did. Oh, you know what? It's not showing your resistances now. I don't know what I did wrong. Oh well. Just when you're recording on D&D Beyond, just make sure you half that.
Yeah, is that 1 or 2?
So you always round down, so it'll be 1.
Alright.
Okay,
Winky.
and then you need to roll a 11. Let's see, a Constitution 11 saving throw.
Constitution 11 saving throw?
Yes.
May I use my actual dice?
Sure, go ahead.
All right. Fuck. It hit in my hand. Is it safe? It bumped against my hand to stay on the table.
You just tell me what it says, man.
17. So 17 plus 8, so 25.
Okay, all right. So you save. So you take 48 poison damage, and it's gonna be half of that. So whatever, take half of whatever this is. So that will be 6. 6 poison damage.
Spooky.
Okay, and then the target is stable but poisoned for 1 hour. Okay, and is paralyzed while poisoned in this way. Oh, does it paralyze you even if you fail or succeed? Let's see. Half as much damage on the successful one. If the poison damage reduces the target to 0 hit points. Okay, so never mind, that doesn't apply.
Oof. Okay. You're scaring me, Chev.
Okay, and so right after he does that, he bites into you, and then he just vanishes from view.
Great.
Oops. Okay. Rainbow, your toads. They're up. Toad 1.
What are the abilities it has again? I assume these are too big to swallow.
Yeah. So these face spiders are huge. The giant toad can bite, and then if it manages to bite and restrain, like grapple them, then it can use the swallow attack.
All 4 of these guys are gonna bite spider number 1.
Okay. So the first toad is gonna try and bite this Spidey. Okay, that hits, and he's going to. He lunges out and he bites. The toad bites onto the spider there. It does 12 damage to the spider, and then the toad is just latched on to like 3 of his legs on the left side and like part of his little front mandible. And the spider's just like it's like trying to get away, and this big toad is just like rah, just gnawing on him. All right, let's see. Can he go again? Okay, the toad makes 1 bite attack against the medium or smaller target. It is grappling. I don't think this is a bonus action. Nope. Okay. So on to the next toad. So just the same thing over and over on this guy?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so he's going to bite him also. And miss. So now toad number 2 jumps out, tries to latch onto the spider, but in the struggle between toad 1 and this giant phase spider, the toad leaps out towards the other legs on the opposite side of the spider's body, and the spider blinks out of existence, but is only invisible. Doesn't actually disappear yet, because the other toad has a hold of him, and this toad goes right through the legs on his right side. Okay, and then toad number 3 is also going to try and bite him. Alright, so toad number 3 jumps out and manages to grab onto this now invisible spider by the other legs. It latches on and does 13 more damage to this guy. And the spider is just screeching out, trying to get away, and it just can't. All of its legs on both sides are being grappled by giant-ass toads. Let's see. Toad number 4. God, you summoned a lot of freaking toads. Alright, so
Just call him the Toad Master.
this last toad jumps out and manages to bite the spider right on the face and tear its face off, and a bunch of little eyeballs come popping out of their sockets and rolling across the ground, these clear little eyeballs. And then the other 2 toads manage to take its legs off the side and just busts out into a bunch of blue goo as the spider is now destroyed.
Toads do eat spiders.
This fight goes out to everyone who has ever called GameStop asking to see if they have metal toads.
Oh, wow. Alright, let's see. Furlough, will you roll me an initiative check?
Sure.
It can just be a d20 plus your, I think it's 5.
22.
22, okay. So you are going to be first then here. Let me put you in the... How do I do this? There we go. I'm going to put you at 5. And then swarm of rats. Up 1. Oh. Oh, and then spider's gone. Okay, hold on. Let me get rid of him. Okay, Furlough, you are up.
Okay. So look around. I basically just see swarms of rats.
No. Sorry. So we're using the same map for both, but you are actually way off this direction. Like it was way far away from these guys. These guys are you guys. If this was the original cave that you're in right here on this map, you guys went this way to the right to the southeast, and then they went that way to the southwest. And so they ended up in this, and we're just using the same map to pretend they're further down that corridor, and then you guys are further down this corridor. So you guys are actually pretty far away. You, Lulu, and Shenanigans are just fighting these phase spiders that are falling out of this giant hole in the ceiling.
Okay.
Okay, and so you can hear more spiders up in this hole. If you want to try and throw something up there or do something, you're welcome to. You do know that one spider vanished just a minute ago, and you don't know where it is. So if you have any way you can think of to be clever and try to reveal it, you can try that
Easy.
also.
Too easy.
Okay.
Because I am going to go ahead. Where's that here?
I have something to tell everyone.
What? I knew something was coming.
It's a beer. A root beer.
So you're telling me that you're gonna have a beer?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use my Firbolg magic to cast Detect Magic.
Okay. Is that a ritual, or can you cast that quickly?
It's quick.
Okay. All right. So you cast Detect Magic, and you start to scan the room. You look around the cave corridor, and as you turn 180 degrees around, you immediately see an outline of the spider behind you. That's like kind of just phased. It's invisible, but you see this magic aura around it, and it's slowly creeping up behind you.
Okay. So then,
It thinks it has the drop on you.
how does it now? So I am going to go ahead and I am going to go ahead and use my let's go ahead and I'm going to use my rapier to, as I see it sneaking up, thinking it's sneaky, going to go out and I'm going to lunge it at its face.
Okay. All right, and do that with advantage because you are surprising this guy.
Ooh, sweet. And because with advantage, if I hit him, that's sneak attack damage.
Mm-hmm.
Me gusta.
Hello, 2006.
What?
2006, the Me Gusta meme.
Oh. Bunsen, the meme lord.
I'm not the one who said it.
All right, so
I'm
that would
pretty
be
sure
a
you
20
did. Okay, that hits.
Right. So that's going to be 12 plus an extra 5d6.
By the way, if you drag those rolls over the top of the spider, it will actually roll and tell you if it hits or not, and then it'll also apply the damage when you do that.
Okay.
Okay, so 12 piercing. All right.
Plus 5 5d6 sneak, so
Plus 14. Okay, so that's 24. Let's see,
26.
24 plus. Okay, 26. Okay. Let's see. That leaves us with. Okay. All right, and so you lunge out with your rapier and just stab it right in the face, right between two of those little clear-looking eyeballs, and it just screeches out super loud as this blue blood spurts out from its face, and it reappears comes out of its phase, and everyone can see it now. And Lulu and Shenanigans, you both watch as Furlough just immediately catches the spider that was about to sneak up from behind you guys, and stabs it in the face. It immediately cowers and kind of hunkers down into the corner and is trying to like kind of cradle its face a little bit, but it's bleeding pretty profusely. Do you have anything else you can do on your turn?
That'll be it for now.
Okay. Lulu, your turn.
All right. You know what? He set the stage. I think I'm gonna go ahead and finish off this phase spider.
Okay.
So it went off into the corner and like trying to cover its face, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna chop at its face with my hand axe.
Okay.
Wait, am I raging right now? I forgot.
I don't recall you telling me that you're raging.
All right.
If it happened
Yeah,
last time, I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't think so,
Yeah.
because you didn't really start fighting last time.
Gotcha. If it's okay with you, I would like to rage.
Yeah, it's your bonus. Your bonus action.
If it pleases the master.
Well, I mean, because technically I said I was already gonna swipe at it.
It pleases me.
So yes, I'm raging now.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna walk up to this thing's face and I'm gonna slash it in the face with my axe.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
With it. No, it's not with advantage. Never mind.
No, not anymore.
Shoot, I didn't drag it over it. I'm sorry. But it's a 16.
Okay. So 16 to hit. That hits. Go ahead and
Okay.
roll the damage.
All right. That'll be a 10.
Okay. All right. That definitely finishes him off. So describe how you kill him.
Ooh. All right. So, when it's cowering, it's trying to cover its face, right?
Mhm.
I get super pissed off because like this thing is like not even playing fair by the rules, disappearing and shit, right?
Mhm.
So I just enter rage. I slowly walk up to it and take both my axes and cut off the hands that's using to cover its face.
Ew.
This poor spider bleeds out the rest of the way as you cut off its limbs that it had left, and
Nice.
blue blood just sprays out of the now missing limb sockets, and the spider's just like, and then this kind of curls up. You know, how spiders like tip over and curl their legs up.
Yeah. Maybe the rage was a little overkill, but it made it super dramatic. Cool.
So
All right.
I got a gameplay question. Can I now turn into phase spiders, or is that something that can't happen?
That is a good question. No, because it is a monstrosity.
Sounds a little OP if you could turn into that thing.
Yeah. It's
So
your
we go
turn,
back over
Shenanigans.
to.
So there
Oh.
is still you still have the vortex going that is kind of pissing off some spiders up in the hole in the ceiling, and so it's Shenanigans' turn.
Oh, do we still see the light ahead, or no?
Yeah. So it's probably hard to see behind the vortex, but yeah, there's still a pinprick of light way off in the distance down the tunnel.
So I thought that we ran past the hole, and it was on the other side.
Did you?
Yeah,
No.
I'm pretty sure we did.
No, that was a confusion that Chev had last time when I said I was running in some direction.
Yeah,
It was
remember
unclear
because
I was running
he ran-
back.
hey, hold on. I'm gonna say it because you ran past that, and then you thought that he was running back towards where we came from, and then he corrected you.
I thought the correction was that you're running back towards where we came from.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So that means
Oh,
you
you
ran.
were? I wasn't.
So that means you ran through the vortex.
Because I didn't run back the way we came. I wanted to stay on the other side.
That sounds like it sucked.
We were never on the other side.
Yes, we were.
No?
Because I made a saving save to go through the vortex.
Oh.
You did? I don't recall that.
And then Bunsen made one too.
No, I don't recall this.
I don't either. Whatever. Let's flip a coin.
I can roll a dice.
Heads, it's you're on the other side. Okay, you're on the other side. You're on the other side of the vortex. You've been fighting the spiders behind, like facing kind of where you came from.
Does that have any change on how we see the light or not?
So now the light would be behind you, the direction you were heading originally.
Are we still in combat, or
Yeah, there's still spiders up there, and they're still really pissed. But
the vortex is still going on?
you can try to leave. I mean, that's definitely your option.
All right, I'm gonna try to leave and follow the light.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
you leave.
I say, come on, guys, let's go. Well, the game is good.
So that was your turn. So you're going to use your max movement then?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is... What is your max movement? 25 feet. So you can make it about... Yeah, about where you are. About 25 feet. Okay. And then as you call back to your buddy, Furlough and Lulu, buddies. Hold on. I'm distracted. I'm trying to find the stupid NPC window. There we go. Another spider appears right by Lulu. As you kind of hear this thud as it falls and hits the ground. And then immediately it appears and becomes visible. Hold on. Why is this being stupid?
Well, good thing I entered rage.
Where did they go? It's not adding these face spiders to the window. Why? Hold on, sorry. We're struggling. Okay. Technical difficulties.
Need to get my elevator music out.
There we go. Okay. Alright, and then we'll bring him out here. I thought we had a... Why is that not... Oh, it's because I didn't pull it from the monster manual. That's why. Okay, one sec. Let me fix this. There we go. Okay. Now he's got a token. Alright, so this guy materializes right next to you, Lulu. And immediately tries to jump you. Let's see, where's the... Bite you.
No sort of reaction, huh?
And he manages to bite you.
Ooh, that barely hits.
For, I guess, half of that. For some reason, your resistances aren't on your character this session.
That's right. I'm really using it.
Yeah, okay. So half of that. And then you need to make a Constitution 11 saving throw.
Alright, this is it. My moment.
What was it?
That's 3 plus 8.
3 plus
That's
8
11.
is 11. You save.
Okay.
Alright, so you...
boy.
let's see. So you take half of this damage here. 5.
Scared me, Chev.
Whatever. You're barely being touched by these phase spiders. Alright, now Furlough, you are up again.
Was my toad turn?
Okay.
Toads.
Oh,
So I
right.
want
Your
just
toads. Excuse me. Sorry. Rainbow's toads.
Spider 1 is, I mean, not Spider, I mean, Toad 1 is going to attack the spider and bite him.
All right. They all just going to do the same thing again?
It depends on how good the Toad 1 attacks.
Oh, hold on. Oh, what? That was not. Okay. Alright, so Toad 1 hits, bites him, and does 1d10 plus 2 piercing. So 13 damage to the face spider.
Alright, and the other 3 are going to join me.
They're gonna bite. Oh, join you?
Yep.
Oh, alright. So you suggest them to follow you, and they come head towards you. Oh, their speed's only 20 feet, so they're only able to make it just slightly behind you.
Okay.
Okay, and that guy lunged and attacked. Alright. Alright, so you're... Let's see. Let's go on to Furlough then. You're up.
okay. All right. So I'm going to move over next to the spider, and as I do so, my hand extends down, and you slowly see this blade of pitch blackness form as I use an action to form Shadow Blade.
Nice. Okay.
All right, and then with Shadow Blade, I go in and I go to slice at it at its closest set of legs.
Okay. So it's facing the toad, so it'll be its left legs that you go for.
And it's grappler, so does he get advantage?
Shadow Blade. Is there a saving throw or anything like that?
Nope, it's treated. Once I cast it, I treat it like a finesse weapon that I have proficiency with.
Oh, okay. Alright, so roll your attack then.
All right, so I'd use the same as my rapier here. So
That hits. But
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what the plus is.
okay. So then that's going to be 2d8 psychic plus stabby damage.
Alright, roll it up.
So I tried to do that, and for whatever reason, it didn't work. Okay, so yeah, but hang on, Fantasy Ground's being retarded. All right, so that's 7 psychic damage plus 12 stabby damage.
Nice. Alright. So 7, it's going to give us 19 damage total.
Yep.
How much does he have left? Okay. 19 plus 20. Oh, that kills it. Alright. Go ahead and describe how you'd kill it.
All right, so with my Shadow Blade, I take one sweeping slice through, and the blade just seemingly slices right through it as the damage takes hold. Well,
Okay. Alright, so you slice right through it, slice its legs off, slice right through its body, and it immediately just falls in half and bleeds out. And just kind of, just with one little screech, as you just like immediately murder this thing from basically almost completely healthy to dead.
Fucking metal.
Alright,
that
so
spell so much.
you have an opportunity for low. You haven't used any movement to catch up to shenanigans if you so choose.
Right. I shout to Ulu, last one over there is a rotten egg.
Okay. And then you you run over there. I assume
Can I have a moment to respond really quick?
it's your turn, Lulu.
All right. I say, "What's an egg?" And I follow.
And then you follow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Roll me a perception check.
Ooh, you're scaring me, Chev. Again.
All right.
23.
All right. So you you look up and you notice that a bunch of spiders are learning to come down the sides of this vortex, come down the side of the tunnel, and slowly they're making their way down. And 3 spiders just begin to crest out of the opening, and you see them, and you immediately take off running before they see you, and you catch up to Shenanigans and Furlough.
Gotcha.
These spiders kind of, if you look back behind you, they drop down to the ground, and then they immediately they're like so confused, and they're trying to attack the tornado.
Idiots.
One of them comes down and immediately tries to jump inside the vortex, like jump at it, like to attack it, and gets shredded inside the vortex.
See, that's why you need more than 5 intelligence.
All right, and as you guys walk away, how long does the vortex last? It was like a minute, wasn't it?
I can look. Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay. So as you guys are walking away, the dust devil begins to fade, and you just hear these like spiders behind you, like just making all sorts of weird squeaking sounds. All right.
We out
so
of combat then?
you are out of combat.
So as we're walking
three of
by,
you.
I'm gonna send a signal to the Toad One to distract them by attacking them.
Okay.
You don't just. I don't think you can magically send a signal, can you?
I don't know how that works.
I don't think so.
Good luck. Conjured animals.
Also, I don't think that those. I think those conjures would wear off by now too.
No, they're an hour.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
They're just gonna hang out with y'all, travel, become your best friends.
All right. That's fine.
Hey, we each have a mount.
I'll just say he catches up to you after. So 4 fucking giant toads follow you down the corridor. Your little entourage of toads. All right, so
Nobody's fucking with them now.
so back to Havabir, Sacapunto, and Fitz. And Kayron and Freya and Zurok, who are all not here, are just watching you guys fight. Let's see. So let's go start with you, Sacapunto. There are 2 swarms left, basically. So you've thinned out their ranks, but there's still a shitload of rats just swarming all over you guys. I think Fitz is still on your shoulders, right?
Yeah, he's still on me.
Okay. All right, so Fitz is still up there, and he's just kind of, no, get off me, no! And he's swatting little rats away as they jump up at him. And it's your turn to do something.
All right. So we still got these 2 giant swarms. So there's still like a couple hundred rats, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you exactly how many if you need to know.
No, I don't think I'm gonna be able to punch that many times. Okay. So if I look up at the ceiling, can I see where there's any more stalactites?
Yeah, so the ones around you, like right here, are kind of all gone because Havabir got rid of those last time. But you'll notice that over here there's a bunch, and over here there's a bunch, and there's a bunch over here.
Okay. And let's see. I want to see what I have in my backpack. If I can throw something up there. Do I have something nice and tossable?
I mean, you do have Fitz.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Except I'm supposed to be taking nice care of him. Sweet and gentle.
Give him to Havabir. I'm sure Havabir would be happy to throw him.
Toss me.
Toss me!
Ceiling in this
Just
room again?
don't tell the elf.
How tall is the ceiling in this room again?
Oh, I think I imagined it about 15 feet last time.
Ooh, 15. Okay, so okay, so here's what I want to do. Let's see. I want to move all right, so I'm gonna move. Let's see, what is this? Let me get my little arrow. Let's see. This way. It's 30. Do an attack of opportunity when I move through swarms, or will I make an attack?
No, there's no opportunity attacks while you're moving through the swarm.
Right in front of me, right?
Sorry, I only heard of half of what you said.
Sorry, there's still that one rat right in front of me, right?
Yeah, there's one giant rat in the midst of the swarm right in front of you.
Okay, so I'm actually just going to go ahead and start punching the giant rat that's still in front of me then.
Okay.
Because he looks mean.
Go ahead and roll your attack. Nice. All right, so that hits. Okay. So you reach out, and this giant rat is still trying to harass you guys. He's feeling all tough because he's got all of his little buddies around him, and he just lunges and you punch him right in the face as he kind of jumps up a little bit, and you knock him down onto his ass, and he has to right himself real quick. But you definitely felt his jaw crunch as you punched him.
All right, I get 2 attacks per action, so I'm going to do another attack.
Okay.
Punching him right in his rat face. Again?
And you finish him off. Tell me how he dies.
Oh, that killed him. Okay, well, I punch down and I smash his face into the ground like flat, like a pancake. It goes.
Yep, his face immediately caves in, and you get rat blood all over you, and all the little rats around just kind of like it's almost like they gasp for a second as they swarm over his now corpse and try to come after you.
So now what I want to do, let's see. I want to
If you want if you want to fight rats in the swarm, just roll your attacks against one of the big swarm tokens.
Oh, okay. You know what? I think that's what I'm gonna do. Do I need to get closer, or they're enough around?
They're around, so they're like, this is like a huge radius.
All right, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm going to, for my bonus action, I'm going to just start fucking wailing on some rats.
Okay.
With a flurry of blows. Wait, let me make sure I got the key points still.
Okay.
Yep, I do. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna start just destroying some of these dudes. There's that one. And that attack is that. Oh, did that hit?
Mm-hmm.
And that. There. And that's me just taking my fist and punching down into every rat that I can possibly find to squish it flat down into the ground.
Okay, and so the damage rolls are a total of 17?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and put 17 on one of these things. Did you roll the damage against those tokens?
I did.
Oh, okay. So I think it already applied that then. Let's see, damage 5. Oh, yeah, because it's 5 and 3, so it was only a total of 8 damage because of they have resistance to bludgeoning. Okay. So it already
strong
applies the damage. Yeah, I don't know why they have resistance to bludgeoning, but they do.
It's because it's a swarm and not like a single target, so
Yeah.
it assumes that you can't really be super precise with your punches or stabbing and whatever.
That makes sense. Okay. Alright, so you are able to take a pretty good chunk of rats with you as you're punching around and just all these rats are just like getting punched into the ground, and you take out a fair amount. Probably like 20 rats at least.
do I have a decent swath of non-rat area around me now, at least?
So right, yeah. So like right in front of you and kind of off to the sides a little bit. The rats have definitely tried to go around the radius of your deadly fists, but they're gonna quickly fill in that gap.
I want to I'm going to use my movement to step outside of the swarm.
Okay.
My movement.
You're gonna try to leave the swarm.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess the only way would be to go back the way you came.
So how? I was trying to see if I could get outside that radius of that circle.
Yeah, and I think the only way you could do that with your movement is to go back the way you came. See?
Yeah.
I think that's the closest.
Well, I have 50 feet of movement, and it's definitely 50 feet to the other side of the cave. But I don't think I want to pin poor Sakapuno in a corner. Actually, I'm just gonna stay where I am for now.
Okay. All right. Is that it for your turn?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So Havabeer is now swarming in rats, and he's just been swinging his maul around left and right, just like taking rats over and over again. He's done a fair amount of damage to all the rats. He's racked up he's got a little pile of dead rats on the wall right next to him on his right. Just he keeps sweeping rats over there into this little dead rat pile, and then suddenly some rats come up from behind him, and swarm kind of up the back of his legs and up his back, and he's having trouble getting them off, and he falls to his knees, and then the rats swarm over him even more, and the rats separate him from his maul, and then he's immediately pulled prone, and he's just drowning in rats right now.
Oh no.
Freya and Kayron and Zurok all managed to make their way outside of the zone where all the rats are. So they're kind of just watching at this point. Zurok has been trying to help a little bit, but he can't seem to get back in there. Every time he does, the rats climb on top of him, and it's almost like they can sense the only heat on him from the tiny little mobile emitter that he has, and they go and attack his emitter every time he tries to step in there. And so he's decided to stay back with Kayron and Freya for the moment, just kind of watch and see what happens. Let's see. Sakapunto, the rats immediately try to swarm you, and they try to get to Fitz. A couple rats go up to attack Fitz. Let's see, how do I... Oh, there we go. Oh, some rats go try to climb up on top of you to bite Fitz, and you are able to smash them off easily as they fall to the ground and just die. So you're able to take some extra rats with you as they try to climb you, and they ignore your deadly fist just to get to Fitz. Let's see, swarm. Okay. All right, and then. Let's see. Oh, right. And then the rats are going to try to attack again. So the rats go to attack Havabeer, who's now prone. What happened? My mouse has trouble when I try to hold it down. Sometimes it just lets go randomly. I'm dragging. Okay. Oh, so... Wow. All right. Oh, wait. That's with advantage because he's prone. So let me do it one more time. Okay. So they swarm over the top of Havabeer. And because he's on the ground, he takes extra damage. He takes 18 damage as these rats are just biting him everywhere, and he can't get a hold of his maul. And he's just like, help! And he's asking for you to save him at this point.
Question.
Uh-huh.
He's using his maul, not his super death sword.
Yeah, he put the death sword away because it was overkill basically. And remember, every time he would crit, he'd spend one of those charges.
Yeah. All right. I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Yeah. So Sakapunto, you are up again.
All right. So Havabeer's down. If I were to try to pull him out of the swarm towards where everybody else is, how does that work?
You could try to help him up.
Is that just enough?
I'd probably just have you roll a performance check or something. or a strength check.
Okay.
Let's do acrobatics, actually, if you're going to try and get him out of there.
Yeah. So
Or
I can now.
Athletics, excuse me.
Is this just to get him to stand up, or can I drag him all the way out?
Ooh, for dragging him out, it's going to be a little harder because these rats are not relenting. So for standing him up, I would say just an athletics check. I think we'd have to make a series of athletics checks for you to drag him out. I don't think you have enough turn to do it.
No, because I'd really want to be... Okay, so I want to just at least help him stand up then.
Okay. All right, so you reach down into the swarm, and as you try to grab him, several rats just kind of come up with those sharp teeth and just they try to nip at you.
You said that's athletics, right?
Yes. All right, so you reach in, you grab him by the hand, and he's like, "Oh, thank you!" And he reaches over with his other hand and grabs you, and you pull him up, and he stands up with a swarm of rats all over him, and some of them fall down, but some of them are hanging on. They're biting him left and right.
All right,
But
I'm
he
gonna
is now
say to
standing.
him. I'm gonna say to him. Let's see. I'm gonna say. We need to meet with the others, and then I'm going to start to try to exit the rats.
Okay. So we're definitely going to consider it rough terrain, so you have half movement basically inside the rats.
So 25 feet. Wait, let me see something real quick, because
So
I
you can
think I
make
can monk. I can monk my way out of this. I'm sure of it. So I can't do that one. I can use Step of the Wind for 1 key point.
Okay.
If I'm going to, I can dash out.
Okay, so you want to double your movement speed then?
So I'm going to use a key point, and I'm going to use Step of the Wind, and I'm going to get the fuck out of there.
What direction?
Can I just move my token to where I want to go?
Sure.
I want to go up here with everybody else, but 50 feet of that.
Okay. And Fitz still being on your shoulders. And then you just kind of left Havabeer to follow?
Yes.
Okay. All right, let's see. All right, so Havabeer tries to follow, and he's still trying to shake these rats off. He gets about halfway when all of a sudden a phase spider appears behind him and immediately bites into the back of his leg, and it causes his leg for just a brief moment, his entire bottom half of his body, but mostly his leg, phase out of existence momentarily.
Oh no!
And then they reappear, and the rats start dragging him backwards, and his maul is immediately separated from him, and so is his pack and everything. So all of his gear basically is separated from him, and the rats have kind of pushed it out to the edge of the circle where you guys are, and Havabeer is drug off to where you can't see.
Oh no!
Rest in pieces.
Well, Sakapuno is definitely very upset about this.
He's
Battle
just like,
or the rats did the rats kind of
drug
go
into
off
the
with
swarm.
him?
Yeah, so the rat swarm immediately followed him as well, and you see the phase spider kind of lingers behind, and it's like stands up on its back forelegs, and then kind of does like an intimidating gesture towards the rest of you, and kind of spits a little bit, and then turns around and skitters off the direction that the swarm went.
Can I see if the phase spider would scare me into not going? Because I could be convinced.
Sure,
but I kind of want to follow.
You want me to roll an intimidation check?
Yeah.
So what's
Is it a blue
reaction
spider? Get off.
Yeah, okay. I was going to give it a
Fitz-
50-50 shot. I'd say he would intimidate Sakapuno into not following him.
Does Fitz cheer when he sees Havabeer dragged off?
No, Fitz is terrified.
Fitz is still covered in rat bites too.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you
I
guys,
do
you
holler
you
and
can
go.
still hear off in the distance, like all this swarm of rats that's just kind of making its way out of the area you guys are in.
I turn to the others that are still with me, kind of in a panic, and just say, "We need to find the others." And I start immediately walking back towards where we came from.
So Zurok says that they went the other way and starts to walk towards the southeast tunnel that they went to.
Okay. So I guess I'm following Zurak then, because he knows where we're going.
Okay. 1 second here. All right. So you guys are a good ways behind the other group. It's going to take you a while to catch up. You guys are. I assume you're continuing to walk towards the light.
Yeah.
It takes probably another 2 hours, but about an hour in, you notice it's getting a lot bigger. And then finally, at the end of 2 hours, you're able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, and there is a giant, like, kind of jail cell bars gate in the way.
Wait a minute. Is it Queen Vera?
What? Why would it be Queen Vera?
Oh, wasn't she like the? We predicted that the Queen Vera that we saw wasn't the real Queen Vera.
Yeah. Well, first of all, you haven't left your planet. You guys have only left your planet once, and that was in the first time loop.
I mean,
What?
look, Lulu has wishful thinking. Okay.
Okay.
I just thought that'd be funny.
So you can see behind this gate is it's daytime, and you can just see like a field, like a meadow out beyond the bars.
Oh, by the way, you can probably get rid of the toads now. You said it's been 2 hours.
Oh, yep. Okay.
So we're just looking at this field.
Yep. You can't go through the bars though. They're pretty close together.
Can I inspect the bars?
Sure. Go ahead and roll me investigation check.
Okay. Does anyone want to assist me?
I'll assist.
Okay.
So even the slime people can't get through?
So in your current humanoid shape, you cannot, but you could probably easily get through if you dropped some stuff.
Yeah. I rolled an 11.
Okay. All right. So you're looking all over these bars, and you can tell that there is a hinge on the left side, and so then as you go over to the right side and look, you can see that there is a latch with a keyhole. And so clearly the easy way to get through would be if you had the key.
Can you? So is it like a lock, or is it actually part?
It's
of...
part of the bars, almost like the whole, like it's part of the gate.
Dang. I turn to the other two and ask, anyone know how to pick a lock?
Yeah, I seem to know quite a bit about that actually.
Go ahead. It's not as fun as my idea, but go ahead. I was going to summon a Rhine Arceus to ram it until it opened.
That's not safe.
All right, so I take a look at the lock.
Okay.
And
it looks like a pretty standard lock. You being proficient with this kind of stuff, you're easily able to see what you need, and you pull out your tools. And go ahead and make me a performance check.
Wait, in the meantime, can I slip through the bars and watch them from the other side?
You have to drop some stuff to do that. They're real close together.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and like drop my stuff to slip through and watch from the other side.
Okay, so we don't need to go through them item by item, but basically anything that can't squeeze through a 3-inch space.
And then I do get double my proficiency on when I'm using my thieves tools as well.
Okay.
So while they're
So
distracted,
do I add that as a bonus onto the roll?
Yes.
So while those two are distracted, I'm gonna check his stuff that he left behind for the bag of coins.
Can I roll perception against that?
You don't get to meta. That's metagaming. Go ahead and roll
Okay.
investigation shenanigans.
Am I charged up to date? Okay.
Okay, so meanwhile, picking that lock, adding in double my proficiency for using my thieves tools, where you're looking at a
Nice.
26.
Oops, I actually wrote. Is that 2 or 1?
That was investigation with advantage.
Oh,
I don't know
let me-
why
let
you
me
rolled
roll
it.
again,
With,
or?
I don't know why you rolled it with advantage. No, it's fine. We'll just take the 11. So you're sifting through Lulu's stuff, and you immediately find the bag of coins you're looking for. And right as you do, Furlough pops the gate open, and the gate swings out towards Lulu.
Go lazy.
I like phase through the gate again as like it opens past me. I'm applauding for him,
All right.
and then I go back and get my stuff.
So as you go back to get your stuff, you easily spot Shenanigans putting your bag of coins in your, in his, in himself, basically.
Oh, hey, what are you doing?
Do you not say anything, Shenanigans? Hello? I think we lost Rainbow.
Oh,
Alright, so Shenanigans says, "What? I thought it was for me!"
can I like swipe it back from him really quick, or is it already in him?
It's already in him, but you can certainly try to go get it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to plunge my hand into him and try to take it back.
Alright, we'll do a contest here. Let's see. I want you to do a acrobatics. I think that's right. That's a dex.
2-3. Testing.
There,
Oh.
now we hear you.
All right. So what I was saying was, does he really see me? Because I kind of like chirped it in as he was messing around the door.
Yeah, the door popped open right as you were doing that.
Okay.
And I'm trying to reach in to take it from you.
All right. I'd like to do a I like to pocket some of it and give him the a little bit of it.
Well, we were about to do a contest for it.
Okay. What I have to roll?
So Lulu is going to roll an acrobatics check, I think, to reach inside. And you can roll against that. We'll treat it like a grapple, I guess, basically. You can roll against it with acrobatics or athletics.
Ooh, does that mean I can use athletics and get advantage on it?
No. I'm going to say no.
Okay.
Boo.
That was deception.
Ah.
Oh!
Was it?
What?
Wait, why? Hey, hold on. You said athletics. Sorry.
Why'd you roll deception?
Is that the right one? Is it messing up again?
There you go. 23.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah, but you rolled a 19 first.
That was the wrong
That was
thing.
for he rolled.
It was the same modifier.
Deception. Whatever. Either way, you win.
Well, the difference is that if it's natural 20, he would have gotten it.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys think? He rolled the wrong roll first, but it's technically a d20 with the same modifier.
I mean, since it's the same modifier, and also like even if it wasn't the same
Yeah,
modifier,
but you're biased. I'm looking for other opinions.
That's how I
mean,
usually read it.
Ultimately, if it was a D20 with the same modifier, that's acceptable as is, whether the thing says it was for a different
Alright.
skill or not.
Fair enough. All right.
Alright.
So Lulu, you're able to reach inside and you snatch the bag right back.
Now, why would you do that?
Well, I look at him and go, well, you abandoned all this stuff.
I did not. I left it for just a second.
Oh, it's on the ground. Abandoned.
Finders keepers.
Yeah, finders keepers.
In any case, I reabsorb all my items and I keep an eye. I kind of glare at him for a second and do like the two fingers at my eyes, fingers at his eyes as I walk through the gate.
Okay. All right. So you guys get to the other side of the gate. Do you guys reclose the gate?
I don't,
Let's see
because I'm
why I
too
wouldn't.
busy giving shenanigans to Stink Eye.
Okay. The gate does have a natural propensity to swing closed. So if you guys want to prop it open or something, you can. If not, it's probably going to latch itself.
I look
Furlough,
at Lulu and I go, "Hey, Lulu, why don't you put your coins and stuff down here to keep the thing from closing again?"
I ignore him.
All right, Furlough, do you do anything, or are you guys just walking out into the field?
Walking on through.
Okay. All right, so the three of you walk on through, and the gate swings behind you guys, and crashes closed and relatches itself. You guys walk out, and you're into this beautiful meadow. It's just like a super. It's like the middle of the day. There's no clouds in the sky. There's a light breeze, and just this really gorgeous meadow that just stretches on for all the way to the horizon, basically.
Wow. Is there anything else we see other than meadows?
Yeah, so just out in front of you, no, all you see is meadows. Off in the distance, off to your left as you exit the gate, which would basically I think be kind of north-ish. There are some trees way off in the distance. Behind you, you are coming out of a giant rock face. So the gate was basically in the bottom of this rock face. And it's a huge like cliff, so you can't, if it's a mountain or something, you can't really see up any higher because it goes up too high. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like right immediately next to you.
Hmm.
Like if you're climbing a mountain and you think you're almost to the top, and then you just crest over the top, and it's like, oh, there's a whole nother section you have to climb. It's like that. You couldn't tell what would be up there on the plateau part.
Gotcha. Is there anything to the south?
So let's see. You guys were headed southeast. So if you look to the south, the meadow stretches on really far. You can see a very faint silhouette of a mountain range, but it's super far away, like really far away.
I'm gonna turn to Furlough and ask, so where do you think we should go?
I
You
think
know, that's a very good question.
you guys can just pick a direction, or you can camp out. It's up to you.
I do feel like we should wait to see if we can regroup with the rest, though.
I'm gonna cast create barn fire so we can have a barn fire.
Okay. All right. So you cast create bonfire right in front of you. Do you clear the way for it or anything, or you just cast it immediately?
Or is just stuff on the ground that needs to be cleared, or what?
Well, it's a meadow, so it's like full of lots of foliage, lots of like grass and stuff.
I thought if we literally just left the cave that it would still be a little rocky right out the entrance.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Okay. Yeah, if you're gonna try and cast it like in towards the mouth of the cave, that's fine. I had just described you walking out into the meadow a little bit, so that's why it was in my head.
Sorry.
It's okay. All right, so you turn around, you cast the bonfire right outside the gate, right under the rock face, where there's a little bit of a clearing.
And let the others know in the cave that we're waiting for. I'm gonna cast thunderclap right in the direction of the cave. But when I walk up to the gate and cast thunderclap.
Read me what thunderclap does.
Let's see.
I found it. Create a burst of thunderous sound that can be heard up to 100 feet away. Each creature within range other than you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 thunder damage. Alright, so Lulu and Furlough, you both need to make a Constitution saving throw.
God damn it. See, this is why we can't have nice things, Rainbow. 10.
10 and 7 for Furlough. And what was the save? It was 14. So neither of you guys save. So it's 1d6 thunder damage. What level did you cast it at, by the way?
It's just a cat chip.
Oh, right. Let's see. You're level 10. So it's 2d6.
God damn it.
So roll 2d6, and both of you take 4 damage.
Great.
for thunder damage.
Shenanigans.
So,
I do hate you sometimes.
so out of curiosity, would that be half? Because the thunder sounds like it would be bludgeoning. I could be
No,
wrong.
thunder is a specific type of damage.
Thunder is
Okay.
literally not bludgeoning because it's thunder. They're different types of damage.
It's basically sound waves.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this wave emanates out from Shenanigans, and both of you take damage as it does. And the wave hits the puts out the bonfire, and hits the gate and knocks it off of its hinges, and it crashes down to the ground. It also causes the cliff face to kind of rumble a little bit.
Can I like clutch my hand? Yeah, I clutch my head in my hands for a second. I look at Rainbow and I like give him a light slap. Like fuck, why'd you do that?
Oh, to let them know that we're out here, and we cast the bonfire again, so we can wait.
Okay, and so the bonfire reappears. You guys hear nothing because it only travels 100 feet, and they're way
Wait.
further than 100 feet away.
So my thinking is, would it go further because it's echoing or no?
Sure, maybe it goes 200 extra feet. That's fine.
I would
but it's
imagine
still too
that
far away.
at least the sound would travel.
Yeah, the sound of traveling might hear like a big clapping. I don't know.
All right, fine, fair enough. Yeah, I guess
Physics.
it would go all the way down since there was no real other than the spider hole. There was no other outcroppings on that cave tunnel. So, all right, so yeah, so as you guys are walking, Sacapunto and Fitz, and everyone else, you guys all hear just kind of as this clapping sound kind of echoes through the corridor.
I'm going to keep on following where Zurak is going towards.
Okay, and you guys are taking a rest now by the bonfire then?
Yeah, but I'm keeping a watchful eye.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm keeping a watchful eye on Shenanigans.
Okay, so enough time goes by that you guys are able to catch up. It is now evening. It's gotten dark outside, and everyone shows up. And you guys arrive in Sacapunto. You see that there's a gate on the ground, and you kind of have to step over it, kind of walk on top of it a little bit to get over it. And you step out, and you see a bonfire, and you see your friends.
So my
Hey.
question would be, did they not encounter the spiders?
So no, so they went under the tunnel there, and the vortex was gone, and the spiders were nowhere to be seen when they passed that point.
Oh, okay.
So I run up to the others and I just kind of collapse onto the ground and I say, "They got Javier, they've taken him. The rats."
And Fitz is like, "Why are you crying about it?"
Oh,
Yeah,
what a shame.
Yeah, when Sakapunto did that, like Lulu happened to be facing away from the cave, like out toward the meadow. She turns around to listen to that and just kind of turns back away, not responding.
I finally, after hours of holding him, carefully set Fitz on the ground, and then I sit down cross-legged, and I say, I just kind of, Sakapuna's just sobbing. He's my friend, he's
You know-
gone.
Fitz
I don't
feels bad for his comment now, and he goes and puts his arm around you, and he's like, "I'm sorry. We'll find him. I'm sure we'll find him. He's a tough asshole."
I'm not sure if
Say
you
that.
guys are
Wait. Hold on, I forgot
You know,
to say that we picked up his stuff because his stuff all got pushed to the
Oh, okay.
front of the rats, right? And I wanted to say that I picked up his stuff
Okay,
and
good.
ran with it. Yeah.
Good, because I did make note of that. You left the stuff behind.
Oh shit! I totally forgot to say it because I wanted
No,
to
that's
run
fine.
out of. I'm running out of this cave, and I dropped all the stuff in front of me on the ground, and I fall on the ground, and I
That's
sob.
fine.
And
Since I didn't
yeah.
bring it up, I believe you. It's totally fine. All right, so you got all of his stuff.
Okay.
You throw it on the ground. You're crying.
Yeah.
Furlough, you wanted to say something?
You know, I don't particularly like the guy, but whether we like him or not, he is part of the group here, and he has been useful in our quest, even if not always conventionally a team player.
Wait a second. do I catch a glimpse of the fucking the 9 lives dealer greatsword?
You do.
Lulu, like, after she turned away, she thinks for a second, turns back and sees that greatsword, and she just kind of like stretches an arm over, try to like slowly stretching it over, like she definitely wants to take it.
Are you trying to be stealthy?
Well, not really, but like it's like a cheeky, like just kind of slowly reaching over for it. Not really trying to be sneaky though. Does that make sense?
Okay. All right. So you reach over for it, and most everyone's focused on Sakapunto, but Fitz is trying to feign like he cares about Hava beer, but he really doesn't. And while he's doing so, he kind of looks up and he notices you going for the sword, and Fitz goes, "Hey, that's not yours."
I don't see his name on it.
When Fitz says that, Sakapuno looks up at Lulu and just still with, his eyes a little wet from sobbing, still gives her the stink eye.
Well, I mean, Javier isn't using it right now.
Do you?
I look at Lulu and I go, Lulu, you told me not to do that too.
Listen, this is different.
Do you still try to grab it?
Yeah.
Well, Lulu,
Okay.
you abandoned your stuff. I can't help it.
All right. So you grab the sword and you start to slurp it. Does anybody try to stop Lulu?
I just give her the stink eye.
If it helps us get him back, at the moment we need to use what resources we have.
Okay. All right. So his pack is still on the ground, minus the sword now.
Sakapuno.
Yeah. Go ahead and add it to your inventory. I'll take it out of
Sakapuno picks up his backpack from the ground and holds it up to Furlough, and just doesn't say anything. Just holds it up, trying to hand it to him.
I reach in and I grab a what's the food item called again?
Just a ration?
Rations?
Yeah, I grab a ration.
I don't know if we ever described like actually what a ration is, but
I imagine it was just like general food supply. Sometimes it would be jerky, maybe.
So did you grab the 9 life stealer?
Yeah, I've added it to my inventory.
Okay, well you
I've
mark...
also removed one of its night charges.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I'm gonna remove it from Havabeer's inventory.
And I'm also gonna grab one of his rations
Okay.
and eat it right there on the spot.
Because like it's not like he's eating it.
All right, so one
Taking
of
it
his...
from the bag as I'm trying to hold it up to Furlough to give it to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in there and slurp it up. And
Okay, well, I want to try to swat you away while you're doing that.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll. Let's see. Go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
What am I rolling?
Both of you roll it. Let's do it a contest, a dexterity check
Okay.
contest.
Where is the dexterity at?
So it's one of the main
Oh.
abilities.
Figures.
Alright, so Shenanigans is able to yoink! He just pulls one of the rations out and just eats it immediately.
I used to swat him away, but obviously is totally ineffective and just glares at him and then holds the bag up and kind of just like you're thrusting an arm at somebody, be like, here, take this at Furlough, but I don't say anything.
Right. So I take the pack, sling it over my shoulder. All right. So we need a plan.
And Fish just says, well, we gotta find our way back to Tanith, ideally.
It's nighttime now, right?
Yes. Yeah, there's
Okay.
a tiny bit of light on the
Sakapuno
horizon,
suggests.
but...
Sakapuno takes a deep breath and says, we should rest.
Okay, you guys gonna take a long rest then?
Yeah.
I would like to.
Okay. Alright, so you guys go ahead and you start to take a rest, and about, I don't know, about 2 hours in, you guys are all immediately woken up by the ground rumbling, and the whole area is just shaking and rocks start tumbling down the cliffside, and they're headed towards your camp. You guys wake up just in time to see a huge boulder barreling down the cliffside, and it bounces off of an outcropping and is now headed straight down towards you guys. Sakapunta, you're the first one to notice it, and it is definitely going to hit right into the middle of your camp.
As soon as I see it, I jump up into action and I start just yelling for everyone to run. Run, Boulder!
Fitz goes, ah! Ah! And he gets up and he starts running out into the meadow.
I point open meadow what's direction? Is that south of us, I guess?
Yeah, so you came out facing basically southeast because the tunnel's direction never changed. And now you're just like out in this meadow. And so directly south, the meadow is basically everywhere except for right behind you where you came out.
Okay, so I just point towards the meadow and I say, run!
Okay, so everybody gets out running. Freya, Kayron, and Zurok, they all are immediately up and running, and you guys all barely manage to get out of the way as this boulder crashes right into the smoldering embers of the bonfire, cracks in half, and then just the two halves kind of tip onto either side, and then just like lay there wobbling back and forth. A bunch of other small rocks and debris are coming down the cliff. As you guys get further out into the meadow, you notice that the cliff where it plateaus, there's a whole nother section, a whole nother shelf of this giant mountaintop. Only this shelf is like perfectly sloped at kind of an angle. And you guys all realize it's actually pyramid shaped. It's got a very big pyramid type structure to it. And you guys are watching as all these rocks are coming tumbling down the sides of this pyramid. Just look like basically bits of the pyramid. It's a smooth surface, but parts of it have loosened, and they go rolling down the cliff face and land. And then you look up in the sky, and you see just a little pinprick of light. Almost looks like fire, and it gets smaller and smaller, and then disappears up into the night sky.
I'm gonna throw a rock at it.
All right, you throw a rock and it makes it back towards where the boulder fell. It hits the boulder.
Good job. That was effective.
After I calm down, can I take a look at like the halves, like one of the inside halves of the boulder?
You certainly can. I'm not even gonna make you roll. So you go and you look inside the halves of this boulder, and you can see that this boulder is very smooth. It almost looks like it's made of something that's not rock. It's like made of some sort of metal alloy or something like that. And it was so heavy that when it hit the ground and broke in half, it just lay there. It didn't even roll any further. The meadow slightly sloped, and it didn't even roll any further because it just indented into the ground a little bit, almost like a giant cannonball, and then just cracked and laid there.
So secretly, while he's looking at the rock, I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation on the rock, and so start sparkling.
Okay.
I don't think you can see the half from where you're standing though,
Why can't he see it?
because like so these halves are like they're like sitting like bowls on the ground, right?
Yeah, basically.
And it's a pretty big boulder, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think he can see that face
Well,
from
it's
where
gonna
he's
be
standing.
that part of the rock that I can see that's kind of close to the edge.
Yeah, you can see the rim of the bowl basically from where he is.
I thought I was imagining that I basically got up onto the half of the boulder.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you're just seeing a different part of the boulder though than he is.
Okay. Well, my point is that if he's trying to trick me with the shininess, I don't think I'm looking where he's gonna make it shiny.
Well, you're gonna come back, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're gonna live there forever.
This is an awful lot of arguing about a shiny rim job.
Wow.
So the rim's just gonna
Come on,
shoot out
guys.
sparks, and we're gonna wait and see what he does when he sees the sparks.
All right, so go ahead.
So when I look over to Fitz, because this looks like a cool like tech-y related thing, so I look over to wait, is it Fitz or Fritz?
Fitz.
I'm sorry.
Fits.
Fitz. I look over to Fitz and say, Hey Fitz, come look at this. This looks like smart people stuff.
Fitz comes and looks it over, and he's like, "You're right. It's not rock. What is it?"
I shrug.
I ask if it's meat. Is it meat?
Fitz replies, he's like, "No shenanigans. It's not meat. It's some kind of alloy."
Is that a type of
Is it?
food?
I don't know what it's for though.
Is it
Can we use
obvious
it?
at all what made that earthquake, by the way?
So, it was pretty obvious that whatever was headed into the sky seemed to be coming from the point of that pyramid.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was me. My earlier thunderclap.
Yeah, just reverberating.
Two whole hours passed.
You definitely didn't help, I'm sure, with the thunderclap. Probably loosened the boulder.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Fitz. Can we use this for anything?
You're referring to the boulder?
Yeah, can we use it for anything?
I don't know. Looks like just a big chunk of metal to me.
Should we go investigate up there? And I point up the mountain.
It's either that or walk out into this open meadow that seems to go nowhere.
Well, party time. Back into that
So-
thing.
So can we go back into the cave or no?
I was
You-
thinking we would go. I was thinking we might scale up the side.
You can go back in the cave, but there was no turns or anything. You're just going to go back in there for hours, all the way back to... I mean, the spider hole that you guys could maybe climb up inside, that seemed to head up into the
Yeah, but-
mountain.
I'm assuming that teleport's still there that we can go check.
So,
can we
yeah,
go check
so-
see if the teleporter's still up there?
The rings, you mean?
Yeah, the rings.
Yeah, the rings were still present and where you guys came in. You
But
guys
the
have-
rings would just take us back to Winter Wonderland.
Question.
Nobody actually tried the rings. I will just point that out.
That's where we came from.
Oh.
You didn't try going back through the rings.
Oh. But question.
Uh-huh.
The mouth of the cave, right, where the
Uh-huh.
gate used to be.
Yeah.
How? So above the top part of that where the gate connected to the top part of that ceiling.
Uh-huh.
How tall is that?
So the whole cave that you guys were in got pretty narrow. Like, it was getting more and more narrow as it went down. And so by the time you left, it was only maybe like 8 to 10 feet tall.
All right. Because what I'm wondering if I could do, I want to see if using my stretchiness, I want to get up to on top of where the gate was, assuming it's not too much of an incline, and want to reach down to try
So
reach
the gate
down.
was a little further in to the cave. Like, there was still more ceiling after the gate. It wasn't just flush with the outside of the mountain. But there are clear outcroppings of rocks and stuff. It's not smooth. Like, to scale this cliffside would actually probably be fairly simple. Once you get to the pyramid part, though, it's super smooth. There are chunks missing, so maybe you guys could do something there. But as far as you could get up to the point where the pyramid begins, probably.
Well, what I mean is I want to get up on top of the opening and put my hand down as a gesture of come on, let's go.
Okay.
I look at him and go, I'm not climbing up there.
So yeah, you are able to stretch up to there's an outcropping that sticks out over the top of the cave entrance. And so you're able to climb up there, and you can pull people up onto that.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay.
Does anyone accept my offer?
Before Sakapuno does that, it's still dark out, right?
Yes.
I want to just look up at the sky and see what I see.
Okay. So as you look up at the sky, you see, you can see the moon Omar is headed into view, and you see a little tendril of energy emanating from Omar off to a little point of light in the sky. And that's off towards the northeast from where you are. Right up into the sky, there is a little bit of cloud cover that had rolled in as the night came in. And right above the pyramid is a giant opening in the clouds that's almost perfectly cylindrical. Almost like the clouds were kind of swirling for a moment there, and a hole was punched through the clouds right above the pyramid.
So I have a gameplay question. Did we successfully take a short rest?
You took a short rest, sure, but not a long rest yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so there's that hole in the clouds. How tall is the pyramid again?
Oh, the pyramid's really tall. I mean, it's almost up to the level where the clouds are. It goes up really high.
Like almost pylon tall, maybe?
Yeah, it's probably about the same height as one of those pylons. Super tall.
Okay. Hmm. And do we see any? You said it's totally smooth on the outside. There's no other openings besides the cave.
From your perspective, and remember, you're down below this huge cliff face. It's probably a couple 100 feet tall.
Mm-hmm.
And so you had to walk out into the meadow to even see the pyramid part. And once you can see the pyramid part, it's really hard to gauge height and stuff, and it's hard to gauge like how smooth the surface really is. But from that distance, and being down below that far, and especially with it being dark, it looks like a perfectly smooth pyramid. But clearly, rocks fell off of it, so it can't be
Hey
that
guys,
smooth.
what do you think of this idea? How about we get some rest, and then when we have more light, we do the whole freaky deaky party member spaceship thing and fly up to the top and start our search from there to see if there's a way inside.
Fitz puts his finger in the air and he's like, well, the problem is we need to be able to break free of Toral's gravity, and we can't do that with this little processor. And he holds up his little hand device.
So I need to clarify something. I thought you said that the pyramid flew off into space. Was that correct?
No, above the pyramid, something flew off into space.
Oh, okay.
And Fitz is basically explaining, you guys have never been able to form the spaceship and actually fly. Like, you can't break free of the gravity. All you've ever done is launched from orbit already and go down.
Well, maybe if we rest, we'll think of an idea by morning.
I agree, Sakapuno says. We should rest.
I slink down from the perch I climbed up to.
Fitz lays down because he's super tired, and then he kind of opens one eye and looks up at the cliff face, and then he stands up and he moves about 10 feet away, and then he lays down, and then he kind of looks at the cliff face some more, and then he stands up again and moves further away. Eventually he ends up about 40 feet out into the meadow.
Unless someone is starting. Well, actually, what's the temperature like? Is it chilly at all?
So no, it's pretty warm at this point. There is a little breeze, so it may be a little chilly from the breeze, but for the most part, the night is warm.
So I'm gonna use wild shape and turn into a wolf, and then curl up into a little ball and go to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I want to take out like the winter clothing. I believe I still have that, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I want to put it on like a blanket, and I want to like get on top of one of the split halves of the boulder. I want to sleep on one of those.
Okay, so you hop down from the outcropping and climb onto one of those boulder halves and lay on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else?
Sakapuno meditates to rest.
Okay. All right, so everyone goes to sleep. Let's see. We are 8 minutes from 9. Do you guys want to call it there?
I'm good to keep going, but I would like to take a short break.
Okay.
I'm good to keep going, especially considering we technically do get an extra hour tonight.
Oh, true.
yeah.
Good point.
It's the bonus daylight
back,
savings time
bitches.
episode.
How long is our break?
Should we meet back here in like 10 minutes?
Good.
Sounds good.
Round
More
9:02.
shots.
Okay, I'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
Oh, fuck, the cat's knocked over.
Fucking cats.
Hey, Mirma. Oh, everyone left.
Hi, Sunshine. Hi, Snuggly boy. Come here. Come here, Snuggle boy. Oh, you Snuggly boy. Yes, you are. Oh, you Snuggle boy. Oh, boy. Hey, Snuggle boy. You gonna hang out with me while I play? No, you won't, because you're loud and in my face. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. There's kitty. Oh, come here. Come here, you slut. Ugh. You're a kitty. You're a kitty. Mwah. Mwah. You're such a kitty. You're such a kitty. Why are you so loud? Did you knock over my frying pan? Hmm? I'll kill you. I'm gonna kill you. Yes, I am. I'm gonna kill kitty. I'm gonna kill you. Oh, you're so cute. Okay, maybe I won't kill you. You're too cute. Okay, you have to go because you're loud. Come on, kitty. Oh, come be loud. Come be loud out here. Goodbye. Bye, bitch. Ah, comfy.
Is someone moving furniture around?
No, it's just my loud ass squeaky bed.
Oh, okay.
I have a very noisy bed.
He mad.
It's fucking. I don't want him in here because he's gonna be all up in my shit. So now he's crying, Mom, Mom. Remember? Can you hear him through the microphone?
Yes.
Through my fucking loud ass crybaby. Doesn't show up on the baby monitor though, so I think that's fine. Well, never mind. When he's standing right outside her door, he does. Maybe he'll go away. I would snuggle with him. Like Tabitha was in here with me for a while, and she snuggled, and I would snuggle with him, except he climbs all over all of my stuff. Listen to the songs of my people. Oh yeah, you playing the theme song. Hold on, I got one too.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
Sunshine crying through my mic.
I hear a very upset kitty.
Boy. He wants to come in and snuggle, but I don't want him to snuggle because he'll climb all over my computers. You can't just sit and chill. He's got to be all up in my shit. Mom, let me in. Not his real mother. While we're still on break, I think I should tell you that Boris and I might not be here probably won't be here next week because we're going to an event.
Okay. Maybe we should just cancel next week.
Yeah, at the very least, if it's on Saturday, we won't be around.
Yes.
What's the event?
It's just a gathering of some friends.
I'm kind of figuring that the holidays are going to make things spotty. So I'm not too worried about it.
Schedule will be pretty steady, whether I'm driving or not. Boris's schedule will be crazy.
That cat thinks you're dead.
That's just the sounds he makes when all the time.
Are you dead? Are you dead?
You're dead in there, aren't you?
What did I miss?
Oh, my cat thinks I died.
Oh. As you do.
As is known to happen. Oh.
Who did we lose?
Boris?
Somehow Boris disappeared. Oh, he's back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I've got no idea what happened there.
He's just practicing his stealth skills in Discord.
He was actually still here the whole time.
Natural 20 on
Oh,
stealth.
he's back. Welcome back. Did you do the Seth Bling thing?
What? Seth Bling thing?
Okay, so like a long time ago, we said, but the Bunsen sounds like Seth Bling when he says "Welcome back."
Oh yeah.
And so I had a recording, and I remixed a song of it of Seth Bling doing his intro and Bunsen saying "Welcome back" because they sounded so similar.
I remember that.
I could send it to you sometime if you want.
I'm not Seth Bling, guys.
I can't wait to see Have Beer's reaction when his favorite sword is gone.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on, I'm pretty sure this was an intentional setup. Rainbow. This isn't like surprise. He's fucking dead.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, DJ isn't here.
Also, he's very busy lately. He's got a lot of things to do. Fucker couldn't even like be at a computer for 10 minutes to record something that he said he was going to record.
God.
Well, wasn't he there? And then it was like his mic was messed up.
He called from the car.
I was under the assumption when he was going to record that he would be at his computer able to do a quick like recording thing that maybe like 10 minutes tops. And then he's like, okay, yeah, hold on, I got to pull over. And I'm like, what the fuck?
I think he vastly overestimates the quality of his phone.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Well, that's why I record it and play it back to him sometimes. Cause I'm like, dude, you don't understand how it sounds.
But it wasn't consistent enough that for us, and there would be definitely times where, because Chev was in the call with me, and there'd be times where we're like, dude, we don't understand anything you're saying. You'd be like,
Yeah, the secret to fixing that. I actually just stopped talking. That's a joke.
Okay.
No, what I'm saying is, the joke was I said, see, the secret to fixing that is.
Bunsen.
Bunsen, we got the joke.
We
Yeah,
knew
but
the
it's
joke.
funnier if I explained it.
That's the joke.
It wasn't that we didn't get the joke.
Actually, the moral of the story here is Bruce Willis was dead the entire time.
What?
but I thought that what was it? The sled was Rosebud.
I am so lost.
So the funny thing is we watched that the Sixth Sense a couple weeks ago. And forgot how good it was.
That's a movie I haven't seen in
a
forever.
good movie.
I haven't seen that movie in ages.
It's even better when you know that the twist at the end. You're watching it like your second time.
Are you guys ready to start?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here.
Oh, I guess I should do my long rest stuff.
Oh yeah, you guys did take a long rest, so you're good.
Actually going to let your little peon sleep.
For once.
He's pulling a me where when you guys try to pull a long rest, he doesn't automatically just say, "Okay, press long rest."
So should we press long rest or should we wait?
Yes, you can do a long rest.
Just push the long rest button instead of doing that.
Boy, I have my level 5 spell slot ready to cast all those toads again.
Oh God.
Just call him the Toad Master.
So many toads.
So many toads, bruh.
Oh my God, dude, so many toads.
It's totally OP. Totally.
In a modern based alternate universe, he runs a towing company.
A toading
When
company?
people get towed. Yes.
I like
People
that
get
one.
towed.
He
Hey,
critical fails
Bunsen.
on casting it. It spawns in one toad, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Toad."
So good. All right, now, Boris, I want you to sing "Dear Mama" as Toad, please.
No, I can't do that.
Just give me one. You are appreciated.
You are appreciated.
Oh my God.
You're gonna hate me for this later.
Oh my God. You
I
guys.
died. I'm dead. This is my ghost not playing this fucking game.
There's gonna be a fucking blooper reel for this episode on the podcast.
You know what would be funnier? If like, imagine if we get like animated bits, right? People animate these things, and that gets animated as just Lulu forms into a toad.
I want you to do an intro like that next time we do intros.
Welcome back to Witness Adventures.
Oh my God. Is that Boris?
No,
That's me.
Bunsen.
Oh. I was like, damn, Boris.
Nope, not me.
My abs hurt.
Oh my God.
Oh, have fun editing this episode, Mirama.
So today I learned I can do
I'm gonna have
toad
so
voice.
much fun. I'm not even drinking. This is great.
So I'm surprised that Fred didn't end up with have a beer.
What?
I'm surprised Fred didn't end up with have a beer missing in action.
Oh,
Why?
It's not like she can't make it consistently. She just has weeks that she has problems getting here. That's what happens when you got kids.
It's true.
When you got kids.
Well, I thought maybe she might have fell through another rift or something.
No, we're not doing the riff so much anymore. They were a cheesy plot device, and they were before they. I kind of
Been a
stopped as
bad
soon
boy,
as
and he
the.
deserved to get eaten by rats.
Cheese.
Jeez. I'll stop. I promise.
Laughing at you. So,
I don't believe.
what, did I hurt myself?
No, that Bunsen will stop.
Why not?
Yeah, it almost sounds a little bit like Marge Simpson there.
Oh god. You know what I would fucking love to hear as being done and completely in the Toad voice? Song
What?
Hurt.
Oh, Johnny Cash shirt.
What about the
Little
sound of
music.
silence?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Oh God.
I've come to talk with you again.
Oh my hell.
I've gotten it out of my system.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How about oops, I did it again.
Oh no.
I'm fine.
All right. Well, now that we've gotten that out of the way. All right, so you guys complete a long rest, and the sun is now beating down on you guys as it pops over the horizon, and you guys wake up to a nice, bright, sunny morning.
Who wakes up first?
Sacapunto wakes up first, followed by
Hey.
Furlough, and then Lulu, and then
Okay.
Fitz, and then Kayron, and then Freya, and then Shenanigans.
I want to say that when I fell asleep, I was like hugging the greatsword.
I thought you like just had it like absorbed.
No, like you know how like sometimes you're just hugging like a pillow when you sleep. I was doing that with the sword.
You didn't want it inside you?
Well, you know, it's like when you're trying to shift positions. You shift positions when you're trying to fall asleep.
Sometimes if you shift positions, it falls out. It happens.
I'm very aware of it's difficult to keep things inside of you when you're shifting positions.
Havamir's gonna be thrilled when he finds out what his sword's been up to.
His sword has been cheating on him. His sword really
First,
has been cheating on him.
and I eat a food. I eat one food.
One food, okay.
I want to eat one food too.
Yeah, everyone
First up.
probably should eat a ration.
Yeah,
I already ate
still-
one before I went to bed.
Okay, that's right, you did.
I'm still perched up on this half boulder, by the way.
Yes.
Jesus, I have 57 rations.
Alright, so you guys are perched outside this cave entrance. The gate is still laying on the ground. You now hear birds chirping as they kind of fly across the meadow, headed towards the tree line that you guys can kind of see off that direction. The pyramid is up this direction. If you're looking up, you guys cannot see it from where you fell asleep. Maybe Fitz can, because I think he fell asleep out here. But anyway, you got to walk out here quite a ways into the meadow area in order to see the pyramid part. There is an outcropping, like right here, that sticks over the cave entrance, and that's where you were up to there last time, Lulu, before you came back down to sleep.
So I let out a big yawn, and then I cast prestidigitation 6 times, and I'm gonna cast it to clean up. Let's see. Sakaputo, her outfit's clean, and Fitz's outfit's clean, and my outfit's clean.
I'm a man.
You have an outfit?
You said 6 times. That was like 3.
Yeah, I said 6 times, but each person's getting 2, upper and lower clothes.
Oh, okay.
Is Shenanigans wearing clothes?
Yeah, are you wearing any clothes, Shenanigans?
I'm assuming that I can clean myself up
Okay.
We have nothing to clean,
Yeah.
because
That's
it's an
fine.
object. I'm an object too, so.
I guess. Have you ever tried?
You're
to
not,
clean-
though. By the D&D rules, you're a creature, not an object.
Okay.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
have
have a
you ever
little
tried to clean
self-respect, dude.
sludge before?
What? Sorry?
You first.
No, I was just sassing.
Oh, yeah, I was also sassing. I was saying, like, have you ever tried to clean sludge? It doesn't work.
Oh, okay. All right, so this cliff face is not smooth. It's rocky. There's lots of little handholds and outcroppings, so climbing it seems like it would be pretty straightforward, although not easy.
Yeah, after I wake up, I'm gonna get off the like half boulder thing. I'm gonna get back up onto the overcropping here. I'm gonna reach down with a stretchy arm, like motion to everyone, like, come on over.
Okay.
Does anyone come over and grab my hand?
Nope, I don't.
Fitz
I'm going to
saunters
look
on
down.
over to you, Sakapunto, and
I'm
does. Go ahead.
I'm going to look down to Fitz, and I'm going to ask him if he wants a boost up.
A what?
A boost up, to lift him
Oh,
up. To
okay. So Fitz like, yes, please.
So I pick him up and I hold him up for Lulu to help him up.
Oh, I thought you meant a ride on your shoulders.
Oh, I meant a boost up to Lulu. To get
Oh, okay.
On.
All right, so you boost him up there, and he's able to grab your hand, and he's now up there with you.
Okay. I reach down my hand again to help anyone else up.
To grab Lulu's gooey hand to get up there.
Okay. Do I need to be making any like athletics checks or anything, or strength checks?
No, you're just pulling people up onto this cropping. It's fine.
Okay.
We wanna actually get some adventure done instead of just spending our time climbing up onto a little rock. All right, so does everyone climb up there?
Yep. I look at them, I roll my eyes, and then I turn into a spider.
Okay, and then you.
And then I use my.
Oh wait, you were a wolf. You were still a wolf while you were sleeping?
I'm assuming that it wore off. Let me see how much. It's 4 hours, so that was like 8-hour rest, right?
Okay, hold on. All right, so when your druid form wore off, you found yourself as Raz, so you are not actually shenanigans.
Alright, let me switch sheets, but I'm still gonna turn into a
These
spider.
DNV and integrations are nuts. I love that I can see player info.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
What was that?
Talks to her.
I forgot that I had the. Yeah, the Twitch D&D integration shows our player sheets and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Coda, we miss you.
I am God.
Hi, Dakota.
Hi, God.
Yeah, you're welcome to join. Your character's right here with us.
She didn't get carried off by rats, right, Bunsen?
What?
Ah, girl.
Hey.
What
What's
up?
up?
Hi. I'm like the worst player in the entire world. It's fine.
Why? What happened?
Because I forgot that we were playing and then I was like, oh, I'll just do editing. And then I saw that everyone was online. I was like, ah, shit.
You forgot that we were playing.
Bruh.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
Bruh, it's been a long week, okay?
Hey, Dakota.
What?
Did you hear the toad thing?
No. I
Make
literally
sure
just
you listen to it
barely
in the recording.
A special edit just for keeping that in.
Oh, Bunsen. Alright, so you guys are all pulled. So, quick recap. Freya, where did you leave off last? I think haven't been in Echoverse in a while.
Yeah. We left off with me when we had just barely landed on the new planet with the little engineer dude.
Oof.
Holy crap! That long ago? No, that's not right, because you were re-encountered the group after that time loop. If you mean it landed at the South Pole of the home planet, maybe that.
Yeah.
Okay, that was not a new planet.
The one, right. It's new to us, I guess, is what I meant, like the steampunky world.
No. We didn't. We've only gone to there once, a long time ago.
In a galaxy
What?
far away.
Yeah,
I
I don't know how. I don't know what I
remember
did to make it confusing, but you're not the only one to think that you're on a different planet. Even PJ thought that. You guys just went to this. You left Tanith Station, and then you went to the other hemisphere of Toril, your home planet.
Maybe it's because we had to do the like shift thing with Bunsen.
Yeah,
But can
maybe.
we 100% be sure we're on the same planet? We
You
did
guys-
take a teleporter someplace.
When I looked up, when Sakapuna looked up, he saw Omar, so I'm pretty sure we are still on.
Yeah, you recognize your moon, and then also you guys have never experienced the teleporters taking you to another planet.
Okay.
As
good to know.
far as we know.
Oh my gosh.
the farthest you've gone with the teleporters is into orbit, into Tanith Station.
Do 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 do.
All right, so basically, after killing so you killed the pylon on the North Pole and then a pylon on the South Pole, and then the party teleported using some ring teleporter on the in the pylon on the South Pole, and ended up in a cave. And the cave, they exited. You guys all exited a ring platform that was 4 times the size of your typical ring platform that you guys are used to seeing. Fought a bunch of giant rats and rat swarms. Fought some phase spiders and just a bunch of stuff that has infested these caves since whoever used them however long ago. And then the party made their way down a super long corridor all the way out to this pinprick of light, and then came out into this meadow. And
Minus
then
half a beer.
minus Havabeer. Havabeer was carried away by rats.
My.
You guys are out in this meadow trying to get some sleep to decide what to do the next day, and then all of a sudden, 2 hours in, everyone was interrupted as the mountain and the ground shook, and a huge boulder came down and crashed into your guys' camp. Everyone managed to get out of the way just in time. And then as you guys ran out into the meadow, you noticed that the steep cliff that you were parked under, you could see kind of over it a little more, and you could see there's a giant smooth pyramid structure at the top. And then everyone noticed that there was some sort of ship or something that left and punctured its way through the clouds into the night sky, right as the rumbling was happening. Now it's the next day. Everyone went to sleep. It's a bright sunny morning. You guys have all pulled yourself up onto one little outcropping of rocks on the cliff face and are trying to make your way up this mountain.
Okay.
Okay, so this is basically a rock wall at this point. Lots of handholds and outcroppings and stuff for you guys to grab. There are no real platforms for anyone to go stop and try to help other people up onto. So at this point, everyone needs to climb if they want to keep going.
And how far you said it's up to the plateau?
It's about 200 feet tall, and you have to get
Okay.
all the way up there, and then there's a plateau.
I'm gonna crawl over to Fitz, pick him up, and we're both gonna go climbing up to the top.
Does Raz know Fitz?
So okay, so
I
yeah,
think he
you
does.
were Raz, and then now you're turned into a spider.
Yep.
Okay, so now you're a spider, and you're gonna try and grab Fitz.
As
Yeah.
a spider.
All right, so Fitz is pretty small, and you are a fairly decently sized spider. So Fitz is apprehensive as you approach, and he says, "What are you trying to do to me?" Fitz turns to Sakapunto like, "What in the world? Like, help me!"
Sakapuno rolls his eyes and picks Fitz up anyway and puts him on his own shoulders.
Okay. All right. Fitz is like,
So
"Yay!"
I see that, and I climb up ahead.
I have a question for the DM.
Now, as a spider, can he drop web, like a web strand that we could use as a rope to climb up?
That is a good question. Let's
Yeah,
find
make
out.
us some butt rope, spider.
That is not where the web comes out of.
Let's see here. Spider.
And to answer your question, I think I have met Fitz as shenanigans before.
Okay.
So it does not look like you have an ability to spin web. You have spider climb, web sense, so you can sense when something is in contact with a web, and you have web walker. But it looks like bigger spiders have to actually make the webs.
You inadequate spider.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Do I have an easier time climbing since like I can really easily manipulate my position and mass and shape?
Oh, Bunsen.
Mhm.
The
So
reason
you
I
have a harder
ask,
time?
the reason I ask is because like I want to be able to like try to like help people if there's not a lot of rip holds on certain parts of the wall.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's almost impossible to help anyone. You're gonna have to just use all your effort to hold on.
So-
Even if you're having an easier time, it's still taking all of your dexterity to keep going up the wall.
Gotcha.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go as fast as I can, outrun them, and I'm gonna scout ahead and look for where we should be going for an opening.
Okay. All right. So everyone, roll an acrobatics check for me, including you, Shenanigans.
I have a quick question. Could we? No. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. I changed my mind.
Okay.
Screw it. I was thinking about doing something, but I don't think I want to do that.
Oh, right. So
Ooh, nat
Freya is scaling the
20.
wall like no problem. She's like flies by the shenanigans
Oh,
spider.
you serious?
What's my inspiration?
Oh, never. I thought that was a one.
Yeah, you can use your inspiration.
Yeah, I
what's
thought
my
it was 2.
inspiration?
Marima.
I got scared for a second. I was like, no.
All right, so you and Furlough are slowly and methodically able to make your way up the wall. Sacapunto, Lulu, Lulu, you're trying real hard to hold on to these handholds, but it turns out you're actually having a hard time because of just how dusty everything is and it's slippery, and without actual like hands, you're having a hard time gripping the wall, and you kind of keep oozing your way back down the wall. But you're still making progress. It's just slower than everybody else. Shenanigans, you're surprised as you lose the grip with your front legs, and you're able to barely grab back on as you about almost fall down. But then, right as you regain your grip, Freya just comes spider crawling right past you with both her feet and her hands, just grabbing every handhold perfectly, and every foothold, and just makes her way to the top. Freya, as you get all the way to the top of this wall, and you crest over the top, you're able to see where the base of this giant pyramid meets this mountain base. Basically, it's almost as if the pyramid was carved out of the pre-existing mountain at some point in time. And you can see that it's made of like all these panels. So like think of like the Luxor, like Vegas, that's got like glass panels. Except these aren't glass, but they're paneled like that. And so it's almost like made out of some kind of rock or alloy or something that's hard to tell, but it's really shiny. It's reflecting sunlight.
Okay. Do I see that Shenanigans is Shenanigans and Lulu? Like, do I see that they're struggling?
So if you're looking back down, you can see that Lulu is struggling. Shenanigans only struggled for a sec and then kept going. Being a spider, he was pretty easily able to keep going. Just had a little bit a rougher go of it. Lulu is bringing up the rear, but she's slowly making her way up.
Can I climb back down and ask Lulu if she would like my assistance?
You're gonna have to roll again.
That's fine.
Okay, go ahead and roll another acrobatics
Before
check.
Daddy won.
Well, Lulu, are you gonna let me help you?
Well, you haven't asked the question.
Oh. Hey Lulu, do you need some help up?
That's not what I meant.
Freya casually looks over the edge and then says very quietly to 100 foot away Lulu, "Hey Lulu."
I didn't know that's what. Fuck off.
It's been 0 days since she told somebody to fuck off.
You guys are the worst.
All right, so
and I'm gonna yell very loudly to make sure that she can hear me. I'm gonna ask if she needs help.
okay, so Freya yells down, "Lulu, do you need help?"
Am I slipping at the very moment?
No.
Alright, I'm gonna try to shout back up. No, I think I'm okay! And I slip.
Okay, so as you're sitting there waiting, Furlough and Second Punto, you guys make your way up, and Fitz is like, "Yay, I helped!"
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I have a question. I have it's a thing I can use called it's that Step of the Wind that I have, the
Okay.
ability that I use a key point for. The only description I find is how to use it in combat, but I want to try to use it to make the climb easier for myself, but I don't know how that would work. Because usually it's just I spend a key point and my jump distance is doubled, or disengage or dash is doubled, or whatever.
Okay, but it specifically
Um,
lists those things?
Yes, jump, disengage, or dash.
Okay, you did hear me say that you were at the top already, right?
Oh no, I didn't. I was super into the climb.
Sorry.
This entire episode is a struggle.
It is. It really
Are we
is. Yeah, so
Are we all-
everyone's at the top right now except for Lulu and Kayron.
All right, then I'm gonna look over the edge and I'm going to shout. Cheer!
Bunsen
I'm gonna
is here.
cheer at Lulu.
Hello.
Sorry, I need to turn the
Bunsen,
voice
no.
thing off.
Yeah.
Bunsen?
Yeah, I'm here.
You're ruining it for everyone.
Bad boy.
It was like a polite thing, like, hey, maybe we should turn this off.
Yeah.
Bunsen, you're being
Instead
a
of
bad
just
boy.
saying, "Hey, don't forget to turn that off," you decided to abuse it. I see. Thanks for being polite. Well, then say it was a funny thing, not a polite thing.
It can be both.
Cheese and rice.
Anyway, you guys are now standing on this. This area is pretty rocky. This whole area you guys are standing on, it's like kind of just jagged rocks. Lulu, as everyone's like pondering this big pyramid structure right here in front of you guys. You finally manage to make your way up and crest over the top. You're kind of super out of breath though.
As she reaches the top, as she reaches the top, I go and jump at her and try to spook her.
All right, so it just still has a spider.
Yeah.
All right, so roll a intimidation check, I guess.
God damn it, Rainbow. If this kills me, I'm not forgiving you.
Well, if it kills you, I don't think he needs you to.
I meant like me as a person.
Forrest got jokes.
All right, that's a 20. Not 20, but it's 20.
Unnatural 20.
Okay, hold on. I got my map in the way. There we go. All right, so Lulu, as you crest over the top, the spider comes running at your face, just.
Oh god.
And it definitely spooks you. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Can Sakapuno try to catch her, like reach over and grab her arm?
Sure.
15.
Roll me an acrobatics check, Sakapunto.
I'm also gonna grab Lulu because I don't want to kill him. I just wanted to scare him.
Oops.
I'm gonna grab him with my two spider legs and keep my other spider legs up on.
Keep saying.
Okay, before you can do that shenanigans, Sakapunto grabs Lulu by the arm, and Lulu, you're able to hold on pretty tight onto the wall too, and so you are not. You were scared for a quick second, a jump scare, but now you're just irritated, and you are at the top of the wall.
Wow, just like a real scary movie.
Now you're just mad.
Once I get up onto the platform, I give the spider a glare.
I go.
Oh my! Is that what you think spiders sound like?
That's what my spider sounds like.
I like it. Let's go with it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it sounds like shenanigans just like lost all cohesiveness or whatever, like coherence. It's just like, ugh. I can't use his mouth properly.
Well, I mean, I can't really talk as an animal.
All right, so you guys are at the top now, and you guys are all able to see the pyramid in front of you, and it's very smooth. But now that you're closer, you can see that there are clearly chunks missing. You'll notice that about right up this way, there's like a little square right where the end of that arrow is. One of the square panels on the pyramid. It's like open, and there's like a cannon looking thing sticking out of it, like a little cylindrical tube sticking out of it. I'll draw something on there. So here's like the little latch, that's the hatch that's open, the little like thing holding it open, and then there's like a cannon sticking out of it.
Really quick, could I check around the corner this way?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I want to jump.
Whoa! Who was that? What is happening?
I'm just chuckling because that diagram is hilarious.
Yeah, I tried real hard not to draw a penis, but I knew what you were laughing at.
Oh, we got the message here. Be like, kind of looks like a dick.
Oh my god. I was zoomed in, so I didn't know what you guys were laughing at.
We're laughing at the penis.
I
as
I
Bunsen-
get it.
Ah,
So as
shit.
Bunsen goes to check.
I bet you get the penis.
So as Bunsen goes to check, I'm gonna climb on his back. I'm gonna hug him with 2 legs, and I'm gonna stretch out the other leg so he looks like Spider-Man from the movies.
First of all,
Iron Spider-Man.
as a little girl,
Iron Spider-Woman.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna try to refuse whatever he's trying to do.
And any climbing attempts he makes gets advantage because I'm assisting him with my legs.
Well, I'm not trying to climb anything.
He's not climbing anything. He's just going around this corner over here. So
Okay.
this is the base of the pyramid. I know it's hard to see, but like this is a face of the pyramid, and this is another face of the pyramid. You guys are at a corner. This is an
I'm just gonna
edge.
check this side over here.
Okay. All right. So you peek around there, and all you see is more of this rocky terrain that goes all around the base of the pyramid, and it goes off as far as you can see.
I don't see anything on the side of the face over this way.
No. So just more of the same. There are chunks missing. There's a few little panels that are open, and a few more of those little like cannons poking out.
Alright. Does it seem like this part, like this corner right here, this corner part as it goes upward, does it seem like that would be easier to climb than this part proper?
Oh, probably.
Yeah, if that's the case, I want us to try to climb that way.
Okay.
I climb on his back so he can get advantage. I'm gonna do that thing I just talked about.
Oh boy.
I don't want to talk to you right now.
All right. So you're trying to get on his back
Yeah.
or her back. I mean. Okay.
I'm gonna hug him with 2 legs, and the rest are gonna help him climb.
All right. Well, grapple check. So you roll athletics, Rainbow, and then Lulu, you get choice acrobatics or athletics.
It's a grapple check technically.
Yeah.
That means I get advantage on the saving against it.
Okay.
You don't need to.
Oh, well, I'm gonna anyway.
Oh, wow. All right. So yeah. So the spider tries to climb on you, and you throw it off.
Can I say I kick it off?
Sure. You kick it off.
And then I can just continue trying to climb up the corner.
I'm gonna climb up right behind him. I'm gonna get able to climb up.
Fitz walks up to the base to study it and is watching you try to climb.
Oh, since Fitz is there, I'm gonna grab Fitz. I'm gonna climb up there with Fitz.
Okay.
Would you have to roll?
Hold on a second. I'm fixing Freya's token. There we go. She wasn't in the combat tracker. Okay. All right. So roll me a acrobatics check, Lulu, for climbing, and same with you, Spider Rich.
Do I have to roll for picking up Fitz?
Oh, you're trying to pick him up again?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
pick him up and climb.
Oh, okay. So at this point, as you approach Fitz, he goes, no thank you! And he runs back towards Sakapunto.
Then I just climb up.
Okay.
You said acrobatics?
Yeah. Lulu, you're real struggling as you're trying to go up this pyramid, and it's too smooth. You just keep sliding backwards. You're not able to really get any sort of grip on anything.
I look at Lulu and I go.
And this little spider just immediately goes up past you. He just like is going right past you, no problem. And you make your way up to about this point.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Could I take out my 2 hand axes and use them as makeshift, like, climbing picks?
Neat.
Yeah, sure, you could try that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do that.
Okay.
Very innovative, Bunsen.
Thank you. I thought of it myself.
I don't know why I just laughed like that.
Do I, like,
It's
roll
fine.
again? Or...
Okay, so that
So I'm gonna have you
Okay.
roll acrobatics with advantage,
Okay.
since you have those now.
God!
hey,
So the surface is still
Losing his
super
power.
smooth, and unfortunately, even though it's a corner, this whole area is really smooth. There's no damage to it. There's nothing, no panels open or missing. So you're having a real hard time finding purchase with your axes.
I'm gonna sadly slide down the corner and then just, like, pout a little bit.
Okay.
okay. Walk up to what is directly below that cannon opening thing. How far up is that?
It's probably about like 25 feet, maybe.
All right. Sakapu can totally jump that high.
Okay.
I'm also gonna be making my way towards that little hole thing, whatever that is.
Okay. So you're able to make your way over there. Have you been trying to jump while he's been making his way up there, or are you gonna wait to see what he finds?
I'm gonna wait to see the spider go in until I jump up there, but I'm gonna stand directly below it.
Okay, so Rainbow, as your spider crawls around this like cannon thing, you can see that you look inside and it's just pitch black, but it does look like it goes back a ways.
Oh wait, do I have night vision or dark vision?
That's a good question. Do
Because
you?
you said I am Raz. As a goblin, I do.
You don't. Like as a spider, you take on the spider's traits, though.
Yeah, but do I also keep my own or no?
No.
No.
Okay. Does spider have dark sense?
In fact, for skills, you should be rolling with the spider's skills, but it's fine. No, you do not have. Oh, you do have dark vision. 30 feet of dark vision.
Do I see anything?
No, it's still like it's just an empty tube that goes back as far as you can see.
I look at second platoon and I go.
And then you climb in.
No, I just kind of wait and see. Well, I want to watch it jump.
Okay.
Can I? God, I can't. I don't know what check I would make to see if I could even sort of understand what the hell he's saying.
I don't know if you can.
So I'm gonna go a really long and give her bardic inspiration.
Can you do? I don't think you can do that while you're a spider.
No.
Oh, I can't. Okay, never mind.
Because the target has to actually be able to like understand you and shit.
Yeah, because you have to like sing a song.
So what if
Dance
this
with
is,
spider.
I don't think you
This
have
is gonna
access
happen
to your
nearby.
spells from your multi-class while you're a spider.
So this is just a game question. But what if I was to speak singing goblin to her? Then she can use it.
If you can't speak, I think you can only use animal noises when you're an animal. Isn't that
Yeah.
right?
I was
Yeah.
just curious if I used a language that you didn't understand, you wouldn't be able to use it.
No.
Oh.
Not typically.
School and Boris.
You mean you're talking about for the inspiration?
Yeah.
No, the inspiration would be fine because it's all. I was actually reading about the different components, the somatic and the verbal components and stuff, and it's just like you just have to be able to say something. It can just be gobbledygook, but the intention behind it is what matters.
I'm gonna slowly clap my hands for it. Just two spider legs going.
Spider
Takapuno
dance.
is feeling strangely inspired by this.
Is Fitz on your
Spider
shoulders?
Spider dance.
Fitz was
Does the
still on my
dance that a
shoulders, wasn't he?
spider does.
Is he? Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Because he ran back to you after the spider tried to pick him up. I don't know if you put him on your shoulders or not.
Yeah, I had picked him up. I forgot that. I did that.
Okay. All right. Jumping. Do you need me to find the rules on jumping?
Pretty sure that jumping is just half of my regular movement, but I think I might be wrong on that.
Let's see. We should be able to find it pretty quick. Jumping,
Dex
climbing,
save.
swimming. Okay, long jump, high jump. Jump height in feet is 3 plus your strength with a 10-foot run up. Height is halved from standing. So you need to be able to run up to jump that high, or it's half of that if you try to do it from standing.
Okay, so I could do like a running jump. And would that be easier with it being slightly sloped at all?
3 plus your strength, so that would be 21 feet. So you could barely maybe get your fingers into the area there.
And then if I used my step of the wind, I could double that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
Okay, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Crawl way up it.
There you go. Yeah, you can get way high then with that.
All right, I'm gonna
She clears
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole pyramid.
I'm gonna stand with.
Leave.
She launches into orbit.
I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna take a few steps back. I'm gonna ready myself, and Sakapuno is going to launch himself, take a running start, and launch himself up into grab that cannon.
Do you put Fitz down?
Fitz.
I didn't hear the first part of what you said.
I am holding on to Fitz.
Okay. All right. So that's definitely gonna factor into your jump. So roll it with disadvantage. Oh wait, there's no roll, is there? It's
For
just
jump.
a jump.
I guess not. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm just gonna go ahead and take 10 feet off.
Okay. So that would give me 30 feet of jump, right?
I think
30-ish
so.
feet.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that still enough to make that?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like 25 feet.
Okay. Then
Are you
I
okay?
jump up. What?
I just hear Dakota like dying over there.
Oh.
I'm not doing anything.
You're laughing. I can tell.
What do you
So
like?
I step back, I run up there, I jump, and I'm holding on to Fitz with one hand, and with the other one, I reach up to grab and hold on to that cannon thing that's sticking out.
Okay. For a minute, I thought you were gonna slam dunk Fitz into the cannon.
Air Jordan.
All right, so you get a running start and you leap all the way up and you grab with your right hand onto the edge. So it's like a cannon sticking out of a square panel. So there's like a lip that you can get your fingers around underneath the cannon. Does that make sense? Like if a cannon was sticking out of a square port on a ship. And so you're able to grab a hold of that and you're holding on to it, and Fitz is on top, and he starts clapping. He's like, "Yeah, again! Let's do it again!"
I climb in after them and I unshapeshift from a spider to whatever.
You're climbing on top of Fitz?
No, in the hole.
We haven't pulled ourselves up in yet. I just grabbed it.
Okay. So you're going into the hole ahead of them then?
Yeah.
Okay. So you go into the cannon, basically, into this hole, the pipe, and then you're going to shapeshift back into a person?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, and you turn into Shenanigans this time.
Okay.
And I will fix your token momentarily. But you are now Shenanigans, and you're inside this pipe that it's pretty dark. Do you have dark vision as Shenanigans?
I don't think I do.
I don't think you do.
Where would I
either.
see that at?
On your character sheet. Duh.
But where?
You do not have darkness. Only Cave Symbol do.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so you are back to shenanigans, and you are not able to see anything down this pipe, but it does seem to go back quite a ways.
So, what kind of roll can I do to make sure to see if I'm not intimidated by this whole situation? Because I'm just all of a sudden up here in this tiny.
Yeah, so I'm glad you're trying to roleplay that, Rainbow. So you're definitely surprised. I don't know if you would be intimidated, but you're like, what? Where am I? And right behind you, you see Fitz's head poking up into your view, sitting on Sakapunto's shoulders.
I looked at it. Where are we?
Fitz is just like, you're in the cannon.
I don't want to be shot out of a cannon.
Then why'd you go in there?
I didn't. I
You
was
did?
just here.
We watched you do it. You were a spider. Now you're shenanigans.
So Sakapuno is going to pull himself up to get into the cannon as he's listening to Fitz say this, and he says he has no memory. He's lost. And I'm going to pat Shenanigans on the head.
Oh, okay. And so I assume you're gonna put Fitz down in front of you. It's not very tall, so you can't
Yeah,
really like stand up
I guess
straight.
I'm kind of hoping that Fitz just climbs off of me as I get in this cannon.
Yeah, that's what I was picturing too. So Fitz climbs up into the cannon, and he's like, make way!" As he's telling you, kind of gesturing for you to get out of the way, shenanigans.
So I do have dark vision. So what can I see?
So again, there's nothing as far as you can see. It seems to go back, and it's got a slight bend to it, so it
I do have
disappears from
60
view.
feet of dark vision, if that makes any difference.
So I
Oh,
might
okay.
be doing something really, really stupid here, but I'm gonna light up a torch.
Oh, you couldn't have just
Jesus
waited.
Christ, of course you are.
Well, like I said, so you can see back far enough that you see it bend. You know, it's
Okay.
like if it was straight, you could see something maybe, but since it bends, it kind of goes out of sight. Does that make sense?
Which way does it bend? Can I tell?
It bends to the left.
Okay.
It bends the knee.
All right, I'm sorry. I take that back. I don't have a torch, but I do have a candle. So I'm gonna take a candle out and I'm gonna put it on my head, and it's gonna be lit.
What do you light it with?
Prestidigitation.
Can you light fire with prestidigitation?
Yeah, it says I can light candles and torches.
Okay.
Hmm. I
Neat.
did
All
not
right, so
know
you
that.
light a candle on your head.
Oh my gosh.
All right, the light flickers and dances around this pipe as you guys make your way forward. You guys outside, do you try to do anything? You trying to follow somehow?
I'm
Keep
still
exploring.
I'm still possibly in vain trying to use my hand axes to climb up the corner. I'm like pouting a little bit.
Well, one thing I want to do is once I can sort of see what I get up in there and I see, and I yell down to everybody down below. I think this pipe leads somewhere.
Nobody says anything apparently.
I look at a second platoon. I go, yes, I do think this is lead.
What?
I'm just looking at Lulu, like longing to help her, but she rejected me last time, so I'm kind of bitter.
I'm like pouting now as they continue trying.
Too bad second platoon didn't just throw everyone up there.
Yeah. Roll into orbit.
Just heave everyone.
All right, so
Yeah,
you
Jesus.
guys
Yeah.
make your way inside then. Are you gonna keep going back around the bend?
Does anybody else try to do anything
Yeah,
to
I'm
get
going
up
to
there?
go ahead and try to climb up.
I'm still trying to climb the corner.
Okay. Go
I'm
ahead
gonna
and
reluctantly walk over to Lulu.
go ahead and roll me an acrobatics check, Furlough.
$21.
Nice. All right, so
Nice.
Nice.
you are slowly able to make your way up over here. It's slow going because of how smooth it is, but because there's a tiny little finger-sized notch in around each of these panels, you're slowly able to make your way up the side of this thing until you reach the cannon. You said you walk over to
Right.
Lulu, Freya?
Yes.
Okay. Do you guys do anything?
I'm still trying to climb. Do I make another advantage roll?
Sure, make another acrobatics check.
With advantage or without?
Yeah, with advantage.
Okay. sort of drag my entire stats menu.
All right, so Steve falls down again.
Yep.
Wait, hang on. I want to describe this really quick.
Oh lordy.
So, like, I start like, I slam into the sides with my axes again, try to start making progress, and I start like sliding down again. And this time I slide all the way down to just the surface here, and I just like I'm a sad blob right now.
Okay, real quick. Sakapuno all of a sudden feels like a bit of an asshole and remembers he has rope in his backpack.
I was gonna say nobody checked for rope, but I wasn't gonna bring it up.
So I checked for rope and I didn't have it.
Okay, so you
So I have
check.
50 feet of rope.
Okay, so do you go back to the entrance then?
Yes. Well, first I'm gonna help Furlough get all the way into the tube, and then I'm gonna take out my rope and I'm going to throw the length down and holler at Freya and Lulu, and I guess Kayron to come
Okay.
get it.
All right,
I'll
so
walk over and
Come
grab it.
grab my link.
you guys all hear Kayron immediately runs over and grabs the rope and kind of starts to rappel his way up, walk up the wall while holding the rope. And then Freya, you're gonna do the same thing.
Mhm.
Lulu, are you gonna go to the rope, or are you gonna keep trying the?
I go over to the rope, kind of like dejectedly, like. I feel sad that I couldn't make it happen.
All right, so you guys all are able to make your way up into this pipe now, and you guys all have to be on all fours basically to get in this pipe. You can't. Those of you who are taller cannot stand up. Fitz is the only one who can stand up. So you guys kind of all have to crawl in.
Yeah, I just puddleize from like the torso down.
Okay.
So just kind of like puddle along. I still have my torso and head.
Okay. And then shenanigans, you have no problem because you're like a smaller Slime Volk.
All right. I'm gonna make my way back to the front of this group, I guess, leading into the tube, and I'm going to see if I can hear anything. I'm going to listen.
Okay. So you're going to be listening.
Yes.
Okay. So as you approach, you start to see that there's some light coming from down at the end of the corridor, and as you get down there and you're listening intently, you suddenly hear some humming coming from inside the whatever room this corridor leads into. Just like just some sort of happy humming, mildly.
Have we gone around the bend yet?
So this is coming from kind of a right angle. So you've gone around the bend,
Okay.
and now the pipe continues on, but there's almost like a little like hatch, like one of those hatches with one of the wheels you'd have to turn to open it, but it's already open, and there's light spilling out of the room and into this pipe, into this tube.
I'm going to stealthy make my way to the end of the tube while still listening.
Okay.
We all
Go
get
ahead and
the
roll me a stealth check. Yeah, you guys, are you all being quiet, shenanigans?
Wait. First, before I start going over towards it stealthy, I want to motion for everybody to stop and wait right there.
Okay. All right, then roll me a stealth check.
Okay.
Are we all trying to be sneaky?
All right, so you're trying real hard to creep around this corner, and suddenly you step on a little valve. So there's like a little pipe running along the side of where you guys are crawling through, and there's like one of those little like sprinkler valve looking things, and you barely touch it with your foot, and it kind of creaks open a little bit, and it echoes throughout the whole pipe, and suddenly it stops.
Oh man. By the time that this has happened, have I made it all the way to that hatch?
Yeah, so you're right at the edge of the hatch. Like you could peek around.
What can I see now that I have made it to this hatch?
So as you peek inside, you can see just a little bit. There is clearly just a bunch of candles lit up inside here, and you can see like this little table, and it's covered in stains. It's like a metal table, and it's got some components on it, like from like a lab. Like there's like a beaker, but it looks like it's all stained with like blood or something.
And can I tell where or who, I guess, the humming was coming from?
Can you tell what? Sorry.
Can I tell where or who the humming was coming from?
Oh no, so you don't see anybody. You'd have to fully look around the corner to see.
Oh, okay.
So I see him go in, and I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals.
Sakapunto
at
has
level
not
4.
gone in. I don't. He's not gone in.
The edge of
Oh.
the yeah.
And Fitz is
All right,
still
I'm gonna
is
look back.
Fitz is Fitz still walking? I assume.
You control Fitz. I don't know. He's not with me. He's not on me anymore.
Okay. Well, he got off of your shoulders, and usually for him to be on your shoulders, you
Yeah.
have to pick him up and put him there. That's why I asked.
Okay. I did not pick him up and put him there. So.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals at level 4.
Really?
And I'm gonna
Right.
do 8 beasts at the challenging level rating of 1/4 or lower. And it's gonna be an army of boars that's gonna go assist a Sakaputo.
How is that going to assist me? I'm trying to find out what the fuck is in this room. Here's a bunch of fucking animals. I'll figure it out.
Question. That has like a verbal part to it, right?
Yes.
Can I like try and cover his mouth before he does something stupid?
Yes, you can.
Can I resist?
So, roll me a acrobatics check, Lulu.
What do I roll?
I've been doing so great on those today.
And then you need to roll an athletics check, Shenanigans.
I got 16.
Oh,
Alright.
no.
So,
91.
so Shenanigans is like, I'm gonna help, and starts to talk, and then Lulu immediately covers his mouth. And you're just trying to talk, but the more you talk, the more Lulu is just like, you can't breathe or anything. Lulu is just completely holding you still and quiet.
Alright.
Before
Oh,
anyone
extra
else does anything stupid, I'm going to make a stealth check and try to get super, super sneaky.
I'm gonna
Okay.
stab him in the foot because I can't breathe.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
So as all this happens, Furlough immediately just like disappears from view, and I assume you immediately make your way to the front of the group.
Yep.
Do
And
you?
I kind of peek my way in to see what I see.
Okay, and so as you peek in there, you see this rather large orc dude, and he's wearing these long robes, and he's got a really scraggly looking beard that kind of contours his face, and he's holding a little test tube, and he's pouring it into just this big pitcher thing, except for he's just frozen, and he's kind of just staring forward, listening intently.
By the way, I think for Seinfeld breathing, I think you basically just kind of like absorb the air through. The
It's
skin.
fine.
No,
I thought of that when I said it. It's fine.
no, I was explaining to Rainbow because like I'm not actually suffocating you.
Oh yeah, no, you're fine.
It's too bad.
That's too bad.
Sakaputo's in for that.
I lean into
I'm into that. No.
I lean into Lulu, so I contact as much of him as possible and burn him.
Her.
Her.
Okay. So as you lean in, Lulu, you kind of cringe as his toxicity starts to burn.
In all honesty, I probably yelp from that.
Oh, great. This is turning on. I can't wait.
So all right. So you really do.
Yeah, it's like a.
All right. As soon as you do, Furlough, you watch as this orc immediately drops what he's doing and takes off running into the darkness in the back. Let's see. So he goes off that direction. And do you have dark vision, Furlough?
Negative.
Okay. And so he disappears into the shadows back there, and you can't see him anymore. But he immediately dropped the test tube on the table there. But as you look in, you notice that this place looks freaky. There are candles lit everywhere. The only light is all these candles all over the place. There's candles on the back of this table. There's candles on shelves on the wall. There's candles on the ground. Some of them fresh and new. Some of them have been lit and burning for a while. And then you see there's some kind of like symbol on the floor in the middle out here, and there's like some tree growing out of it, some dark looking tree. And there's candles like all over the branches of this tree, but then behind the tree it's hard to see because it gets darker, and there are no candles lit there. And he kind of went back around and behind this tree. I'll see if I can just draw like a tree, so it's gonna be real shitty. But there's just branches kind of emanating out from this center point, and it's like a dead tree. There's no foliage on it. It's just got candles all over it.
Can I make can I make a religion check to see if I can discern any type of religious significance
Sure.
to the symbol and tree? 15.
Okay. So you do get a sense that there is some sort of evil worship going on here. It's similar to, it's not the same, but this whatever ritual is being performed with this tree is very reminiscent of a religious practice that you have heard of in the past. You don't remember what it's called, but you do remember that it required sacrifices.
Alright. So I quietly tell the rest of the group, dude's into some pretty fucked up cult shit.
By this point, I probably shove shenanigans off of me.
All right, athletics check.
Okay.
To whisper quietly to Furlough, where has the humming gone?
He ran off into the darkness. I can't see that far.
And Lulu, you shove shenanigans off you, and you fall back a few feet. You're kind of shoved into Kairon a little bit.
Alright, I'm gonna go up ahead and see Furlough.
You can't see. Nobody can see Furlough, by the way, unless you popped out of stealth.
Oh, I'm gonna sit next to Sakaputo then.
Okay.
Did we hear him say that, talking about this guy, or no?
You might have heard Sakapunto talking to Furlough, I guess. Yeah.
Alright. So I know we're looking for a guy, or do I not know knowledge?
So you heard.
So
Sakapunto
the conversation
ask,
we just had, yeah, Furlough just said that the guy is into freaky cult stuff, and then Sasakapuno asks, because now she realizes that Furlough's right there. Excuse me, asks where the humming went, and he's responded to me that he disappeared into the darkness.
Okay. So it's you guys are free to go in there, or you can continue this direction.
We should investigate this guy.
Yeah, well, Sakapuno, not stealthy anymore, is going to exit out of this hatch and go into the room.
I'm gonna follow her. Him. Follow him.
Okay. And Furlough, you're going in as well?
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Fitz,
Now I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals
God.
at the 4th level.
Great.
Can someone stop him?
And,
all right. So Sakapunto, you watch as.
As
Go
soon
ahead.
as I see him try to open up his mouth, I backhand him and tell him to shush.
I look at him and I cast it again.
All right. Roll a strength check for the backhand.
Him in his
Or
goo.
athletics check. All right, so you backhand shenanigans, and your hand goes like you basically knock his head right off of his body, and then it reforms, and he begins to cast again.
Not quite backhanded into another dimension.
So nobody's stopping him this time?
By this time, am I getting out of the window, and could I give it a try to make him stop?
No, you were in the back there as he brought up the rear. So I gotta say, if he's gonna keep trying it, he's gonna get it off at some point. So all right, so you cast it and you summon.
I'm I'm gonna
What?
summon. I'm gonna summon. It's at level 4, and that's gonna be 8 beasts of 1/4 or lower. And I'm gonna summon 8 wolves to help us hunt this guy.
Oh, 8 wolves? I thought you said boars.
I was doing boars earlier, and I got stopped. But now that I know we're hunting that dude, I'm gonna need the wolves for the scent.
Alright, let me find you 8 fucking wolves.
You know what?
Infinite rainbow.
Why don't you
Oh
just
God,
do
Rainbow.
one wolf, and then we'll just call that like a pack of wolves, like you did with the rats.
Wolf orgy.
It's fine.
A swarm of wolves.
I don't think you can fit 8 wolves in here.
It's fine. The chef clearly is not fine.
I don't think 8
Things were
wolves.
not okay.
I don't think you can fit 8 wolves in here.
Ah, shit. My
There's,
mouse.
well,
One more. There we go. Okay.
it usually runs an Iditarod, like 8 wolves, right? 8 dogs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could probably fit. That's like less than 5 feet of dog.
Less than 5 years old.
It's like, or maybe it's 10 feet. Maybe that's 10 feet of dog.
That sounds like an album name.
10 feet of dog.
Jeez. Alright, let's see. Hold on. Give me 1 sec to get the right token.
And of course, there's the first single off the album. God fucking damn it, Rainbow.
I look at Fertile, and I go, they can hunt down this scent.
I'm almost done. There's just fucking 8 of them.
So many dogs.
All
10-foot of
all the quotable lines from this episode. There's just fucking 8 of them.
How many quotable lines do we have this episode?
Ow.
Oh, this has been a gem.
Can't like move them all as. Oh, can you move them all as a group?
You can group select tokens at least, yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Then I'm glad that makes it at least a little easier.
God damn it, Rainbow.
Alright, so this fucking giant ass pack of wolves spawns in.
Someone is clearly not focused.
Okay, so these wolves. Alright, let's see. I'm trying to decide how to do this because this is gonna be very interesting. You're gonna understand why I'm conflicted in a moment. But anyway, so all these wolves spawn in, and I assume they have dark vision, right? They gotta have dark vision.
They have good smell, but they don't have great vision.
You're right. Okay, they don't. All right, so they immediately start sniffing around to try and find, but this dude that you told them to look for, but the smell in here is actually pretty rotten. It smells of just like rotten meat, and it's pretty nasty. And these dogs are immediately distracted by all the meat that seems to be in and on around this tree, just like random little bits of meat here and there, and there's blood everywhere. And so the wolves start spreading out, and you hear some rustling on the other side of this chamber that you guys are in. And the wolves are all gathering around this tree and making their way around to the other side to try and find this guy. And then all of a sudden, as these wolves are doing this, those of you with dark vision, who are you? Sacapunto?
I do.
And Freya, and I think that's it, right? Okay.
I thought Kairon does too.
Alright, so Freya, Kairon, and Sacapunto, you guys all see one of the wolves that gets around to the other side is kind of just casually meandering, following a scent to try to find something, when all of a sudden one of the branches on the tree comes down and spears the wolf and scoops it up off the ground and just spears it right through the side. It just like yelps, and it holds it in the air, and then all of a sudden all these little like pointy teeth form on the end of this branch and start shredding this wolf on the tree. And only those of you with dark vision are able to see this happening on the other side, but the rest of you can hear it. And then all this, and just right after that happens, just immediately follows suit with every single other wolf just like all these wolves are getting speared by different branches on this tree, and they're lifted up.
Because of all the candles in the room, do we see those of us without dark vision see the ones near us?
Yes, I was just going to
Alright.
explain that. Yeah, the ones that are closer, you watch as all 4 of the
So-
wolves that are close to you just immediately are lifted off the ground and speared.
I instinctively reach out and use my firebolt cantrip to shoot a firebolt at the tree.
Nice. Okay. Go ahead.
That's a quickly decreasing amount of feet of dog.
Yeah, I think there's only like 2 feet of dog left now.
Alright, so that's going to be a 21 to hit the tree with a firebolt.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage.
It takes 5 points of fire damage.
Okay. All right. So you try to light the bottom of this tree on fire, and a flame erupts. I assume that was the base of the tree you shot, right?
Yep.
Okay, and a fire immediately erupts and encircles the tree, and then you'll notice that you notice that all of a sudden the whole room is lit up as this fire goes outward from the tree and forms basically a pentagram type shape around the tree, and it lights some oil in these cracks on the ground, and then this tree immediately comes to life and grows bigger and starts to fill up the whole room, and the branches are spreading out and the teeth are snapping, and I think that's where we can leave it for this week.
Sweet baby.
That could have been us if it wasn't for me.
That's why I thought it was funny, because like we're all mad at Rainbow, but he really did save you guys.
It was a little excessive. Maybe like 1 foot of dog would have been fine.
That's why I was frustrated, because I was excited to massacre the party a little bit.
He's like, yes, new character roles.
Oh my god.
I was gonna do some damage, but I don't know if anyone was gonna die. Would have been up to you guys. But now you guys are aware of what's in there.
Giant dog-eating tree. Thanks, I hate it.
So now that those dogs are skewered with wood sticks, are they basically corn dogs?
Boris, come on.
I'm just gonna put
Already
it out
did.
there, Maggie. You decided to marry him, so who's the real sucker here?
Yeah.
Just kidding.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for watching.
Don't forget to spay or neuter your pets.
But you don't end up with 10 feet of dogs.
Yeah.
Oh my hell. Thanks everybody for listening to episode 8 of Echoverse on With Disadvantage. And we hope to see you guys next time. Oh, by the way, we have our new website up, chevcast.tv. You can find the stream there. You can also find the chat there. You can find links to our Patreon, our YouTube channel, everything. So that's our new home. So you guys should all go check it out. And if you feel like donating and supporting us, then please do.
I'm still moving in.
Should we note the emails?
Oh, yeah, we do have new emails. If you guys do not have to share your email addresses if you don't want to, but you guys can all contact me at chev@chevcast.tv. If you have any feedback for the show, any questions, feel free to send it our way. And anybody who wants to mention their direct email addresses is fine too.
Well, I figured that like they would probably be able to email any of the members if they wanted to.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If they want to email someone specific and you're willing to give your contact info, that's totally up to you.
And if you want to contact me through Twitter, you can do that at Critical Chaotic.
Good job. You pronounced it this time.
Yay.
Do you have anything else to add, Rainbow?
No, other than spare new to your pets.
Are we done trying to solicit alcohol sponsors? Yeah, okay. All right. Well, thanks everybody, and we'll hope. All right. Well, thanks everybody, and we hope to see you next time.
Good night.
Goodbye.
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 Ah, shit, dude, we're done.
Oh my gosh.
Uh.
Please make that the last line.